welcoming you to the event.
Yuk sini Mina jelasin. Badan Pengelola Keuangan Haji atau BPKH didirikan berdasarkan Undang-Undang Nomor 34 Tahun 2014 tentang Pengelolaan Keuangan Haji. Dan BPKH berdasarkan Undang-Undang mendapat tugas untuk mengelola keuangan haji berasaskan pada prinsip syariah, hati-hati, manfaat, nirlaba, transparan, dan akuntabel. Peran utama BPKH dalam pengelolaan keuangan haji ialah melakukan investasi untuk mendapatkan nilai manfaat bagi jemaah, meningkatkan kualitas penyelenggaraan ibadah haji, meningkatkan rasionalitas dan efisiensi penggunaan BPIH, meningkatkan nilai manfaat bagi kemaslahatan umat Islam di Indonesia. Terus untuk apa dana haji dikelola? Emang apa manfaatnya untuk jemaah? Jemaah yang mendaftar saat ini bisa memiliki antrian belasan hingga puluhan tahun loh. Berangkat dari hal tersebut, BPKH melakukan pengelolaan dan optimalisasi terhadap saldo setoran awal jemaah agar nilainya terus tumbuh dan bermanfaat melalui investasi secara syariah yang dilakukan BPKH. Nah, nilai manfaat ini yang nantinya menjadi nilai pengurang pada saat setoran pelunasan, sehingga biaya haji untuk jemaah yang akan berangkat menjadi lebih rasional. Gunaan nilai manfaat hasil optimalisasi pengelolaan keuangan haji ini didistribusikan kepada jemaah tunggu dan jemaah berangkat. Buat kamu jemaah tunggu, bisa cek saldo dan nilai manfaat di aplikasi BPKH VA ya. Next, bahas apa lagi ya? Tulis di kolom komentar ya Haji Muda.
Assalamualaikum Haji Muda. Apakah Anda calon jemaah yang sedang dalam masa tunggu? Atau orang tua, sanak saudara kamu sedang menunggu giliran haji? Sudah download aplikasi BPKH VA belum? Untuk menjunjung transparansi dan akuntabilitas pengelolaan keuangan haji, BPKH meluncurkan aplikasi BPKH VA. Aplikasi mobile BPKH Virtual Account ini adalah sebuah aplikasi yang dapat diunduh di smartphone yang berisi informasi lengkap terkait pengelolaan dana haji, saldo dana haji yang dikelola, nilai manfaat, hingga jumlah investasi dan penempatan yang dilakukan. Bahkan Sobat Haji juga bisa melihat informasi lain seperti jumlah pendaftar haji di seluruh Indonesia. Caranya gampang banget. Download aplikasi mobile BPKH Virtual Account pada smartphone kamu, lalu masuk dengan menggunakan alamat email atau nomor telepon. Untuk mengetahui saldo baik setoran awal ataupun perolehan nilai manfaat, pilih menu Virtual Account, selanjutnya isi tanggal lahir dan nomor porsi, lalu pilih cari. Setelah itu, data jemaah dan detail pertumbuhan nilai manfaat pun akan muncul pada layar aplikasi. Aplikasi BPKH Virtual Account kini sudah tersedia di Google Play Store maupun App Store di smartphone kamu. Jadi, buat kamu yang ingin tahu saldo dan nilai manfaatnya, download aplikasi BPKH Virtual Account sekarang juga.
Ustadz mau naik haji ya?
Katanya kalau naik haji itu mahal ya?
Bawa makanan ya Pak Ustadz, biar di sana nggak usah beli.
Ini celenganku buat bantuin Pak Ustadz.
Buatin aku juga ya, nggak usah nginep di hotel.
Betul, ibadah haji untuk orang yang mampu. Tapi BPKH sudah hadir untuk memudahkan pembiayaan ibadah haji, sehingga biaya haji lebih terjangkau.
Pak Ustadz, aku naik haji nih.
Ini bukan perkara main-main. Tanggung jawabnya besar. Apa jaminan kamu bisa jaga anak saya? Punya penghasilan tetap? Tabungan ada?
Alhamdulillah ada Pak. Saya juga udah daftar haji.
Iya, gitu dong. Terus mau kapan resepsinya?
Yuk daftar haji selagi muda. Dananya aman dikelola oleh BPKH.
Masih muda daftar haji, kerennya.
Ulti.
Min mau nanya, sumber dana kemaslahatan BPKH dari mana ya? Assalamualaikum Haji Muda. Sini Mina jelasin. Pada segmen BPKHpedia kali ini, kita akan bahas dari mana sumber dana program kemaslahatan BPKH. Berdasarkan undang-undang, kewenangan dan tugas BPKH yaitu melaksanakan dua pengelolaan dana. Antara lain, yang pertama, optimalisasi pengelolaan dana setoran awal jemaah haji. Yang kedua, pengelolaan dana abadi umat atau disingkat DAU. Sumber pembiayaan program kemaslahatan berasal dari nilai manfaat pengelolaan DAU. Dan dalam pelaksanaannya, nilai pokok DAU tidak boleh digunakan dan harus tetap ada. Jadi, pelaksanaan program kemaslahatan ialah bersumber pada nilai manfaat DAU. Lalu, apa itu dana abadi umat? Dana abadi umat atau disingkat DAU merupakan sejumlah dana yang diperoleh dari hasil pengembangan DAU, sisa biaya operasional penyelenggaraan ibadah haji, dan sumber lain yang halal serta tidak mengikat, seperti hibah, wakaf, dan bantuan. Seluruhnya harus sesuai dengan ketentuan peraturan perundang-undangan. Kegiatan kemaslahatan tersebar dan terdistribusi ke seluruh penjuru Indonesia mencakup 7 asnaf, yaitu kebutuhan sarana dan prasarana ibadah, kesehatan, pelayanan ibadah haji, ekonomi umat, pendidikan dan dakwah, sosial keagamaan, dan tanggap kebencanaan. Next, bahas apa lagi ya? Tulis di komentar.
Haji itu dimulai dari niat. Yakinlah Allah memampukan.
Tahun 2019 biaya perjalanan ibadah haji 35 juta. Tahun 2022 39 juta. Tahun 2023 49 juta. Kok berubah-ubah sih? Kenapa ya biaya haji berubah-ubah tiap tahunnya? Ya sini Bina jelasin. Biaya haji berubah-ubah setiap tahun yang disebabkan oleh beberapa hal, antara lain, biaya real yang dibutuhkan terdiri dari beberapa komponen yang mengalami kenaikan, baik komponen yang berada di dalam maupun luar negeri. Komponen tersebut antara lain, biaya pemondokan atau akomodasi, biaya konsumsi, biaya layanan, penerbangan, dan lainnya. 2. Perubahan kurs mata uang asing, di mana mata uang asing tersebut digunakan untuk membayar operasional penyelenggaraan ibadah haji. 3. Kebijakan dari Kerajaan Arab Saudi. Dan untuk biaya ibadah haji tahun 1445 Hijriah atau tahun 2024 Masehi, DPR dan pemerintah sepakat bahwa biaya penyelenggaraan ibadah haji atau BPIH sebesar Rp93,41 juta yang terbagi menjadi 2 komponen, yaitu biaya perjalanan ibadah haji atau BP yang dibayarkan oleh jemaah yaitu dengan rata-rata biaya sebesar Rp56,4 juta, serta nilai manfaat hasil pengelolaan keuangan haji yang dilakukan BPKH yaitu sebesar Rp37,36 juta. Terus kenapa BP setiap negara itu berbeda-beda? Karena besaran BP tergantung dari mana jemaah haji itu akan diberangkatkan pada saat operasional haji nanti. Karena tiap embarkasi BP-nya berbeda-beda. Dari BP yang sebesar 56 juta tersebut akan dikurangi dengan biaya setoran awal yaitu sebesar 25 juta. Serta dikurangi lagi dari rekening virtual jemaah, di mana selama menjadi jemaah tunggu, jemaah akan mendapatkan nilai manfaat imbal hasil dari pengelolaan keuangan haji yang dilakukan oleh BPKH. Next, kira-kira bahas apa lagi ya? Tulis di kolom komen ya.
Assalamualaikum Haji Muda. Sudah ada niat berangkat haji, tapi masih banyak kebutuhan sehari-hari. Mulai dari cicilan, tagihan, dan kebutuhan konsumtif lainnya. Bingung gimana cara mulainya? Mina bantu jelasin ya. Untuk berangkat haji, setoran awal hanya butuh Rp25 juta. Dan gaji di bawah UMR tetap bisa nabung haji loh. Nih ada tips biar kamu bisa menabung di setoran awal haji dengan mudah. Kamu hanya perlu konsisten mengalokasikan gajimu dengan metode 50-30-20. 50% untuk kebutuhan, 30% keinginan, dan 20% untuk menabung. Dari 20% gaji per bulan, kamu bisa menabung kurang lebih Rp600.000. Dan jika kamu menabung rutin selama 41 bulan atau kurang lebih 3 tahun, kamu sudah mengumpulkan senilai setoran awal haji. Dengan metode ini, kamu bisa membagi dan mengalokasikan dana secara lebih terukur dan terencana. Dengan ikhtiar yang dilakukan, insya Allah pasti bisa berangkat haji. BPKH, amanah melayani umat. Assalamualaikum Haji Muda. Tahukah kalian bahwa syarat menunaikan ibadah haji adalah istitoah atau mampu secara fisik maupun finansial, meliputi biaya haji itu sendiri. Biaya haji terdiri dari dua unsur utama, yaitu biaya perjalanan ibadah haji atau BP dan nilai manfaat. Gabungan keduanya akan disebut dengan biaya penyelenggaraan ibadah haji atau BPIH. BP adalah sejumlah yang dibayarkan calon jemaah haji. Dana ini dibayarkan dua tahap. Saat mendaftarkan diri untuk mendapatkan porsi haji disebut dana setoran awal BP, sedangkan saat sebelum keberangkatan haji disebut dana setoran pelunasan BP. Saat ini jemaah haji juga dapat melakukan top up setoran. Sementara nilai manfaat adalah dana yang diperoleh dari hasil pengelolaan dan pengembangan dana haji yang dilakukan melalui penempatan dan investasi dana setoran awal yang dikelola BPKH sesuai prinsip syariah. Seluruh dana setoran awal, nilai manfaat, serta dana pelunasan akan digabungkan sebagai biaya keseluruhan penyelenggaraan ibadah haji yang dikelola oleh pemerintah setiap musim haji. Setiap tahunnya, dana BPIH dan BP akan berubah dan diumumkan melalui keputusan Presiden. Pada tahun 2024, biaya keseluruhan penyelenggaraan ibadah haji atau BPIH adalah sebesar 93,4 juta rupiah untuk tiap calon jemaah. Sedangkan biaya perjalanan ibadah haji atau BP pada tahun 2024 sebesar 56 juta rupiah. Biaya tersebut adalah biaya perjalanan ibadah haji yang meliputi biaya penerbangan sekitar 36%, visa dan perlindungan asuransi 2%, living cost 3%, serta sebagian akomodasi di Mekah dan Madinah sekitar 21%. Hal tersebut menandakan bahwa BP dapat menutup sekitar 60% dari keseluruhan BPIH. Lalu, dari mana biaya yang dapat menutupi biaya keseluruhan penyelenggaraan ibadah haji atau BPIH? Dana setoran awal 25 juta rupiah yang dibayarkan saat pendaftaran haji akan dikelola oleh BPK dengan prinsip syariah untuk menjadi nilai manfaat yang membayarkan sekitar 40% dari keseluruhan biaya penyelenggaraan ibadah haji. Biaya tersebut meliputi sebagian akomodasi di Mekah dan Madinah sekitar 7%, konsumsi sekitar 5%, transportasi sekitar 5%, paket layanan masyair sekitar 21%, serta layanan lain-lain sekitar 2%. Dengan pengelolaan dana haji oleh BPKH ini, insya Allah persyaratan istitoah bagi calon jemaah haji dapat terpenuhi. BPKH, amanah melayani umat.
Semua berawal dari niat yang tulus. Ikhtiar penuh tawakal demi menyempurnakan ibadah. Menjawab panggilan ilahi. Karena siapapun dapat menjadi tamu Allah.
Memberikan manfaat untuk umat. BPKH VA menjawab transparansi pengelolaan dana haji melalui pengelolaan dana haji yang syariah dan akuntabel. Setiap orang punya kesempatan bertamu ke rumah Allah. Download aplikasi BPKH VA. BPKH, amanah melayani umat.
Assalamualaikum, saya Mina dari Badan Pengelola Keuangan Haji. BPKH merupakan badan hukum publik yang bersifat independen. BPKH dibentuk guna mendukung penyelenggaraan haji yang lebih berkualitas, pengelolaan keuangan haji yang lebih optimal, dan memberikan kemaslahatan untuk umat. Untuk mendapatkan porsi haji reguler, calon jemaah wajib membayarkan setoran awal sebesar 25 juta rupiah. Setoran awal dapat dilakukan di bank-bank syariah maupun di unit-unit usaha syariah. Selanjutnya, calon jemaah haji menandatangani akad wakalah sebagai penyerahan kuasa pengelolaan setoran awal. Biaya perjalanan ibadah haji disesuaikan dengan tahun keberangkatan. Dari setoran awal yang terkumpul, dana haji akan diinvestasikan dalam berbagai bentuk investasi untuk mendapat nilai manfaat. Menurut Peraturan Pemerintah Nomor 5 Tahun 2018, BPKH wajib melakukan penempatan atau investasi keuangan haji sesuai dengan prinsip syariah dengan mempertimbangkan aspek keamanan, kehati-hatian, nilai manfaat, dan likuiditas. Biaya haji reguler tahun ini sebesar 93,4 juta, namun jemaah hanya membayar sebesar 56 juta. Selisih 37,4 juta sisanya dibayarkan melalui nilai manfaat yang dikelola oleh BPKH. Nilai manfaat juga akan didistribusikan kepada jemaah tunggu dan dapat dicek melalui aplikasi BPKH VA. Dana tersebut dikelola sesuai prinsip syariah, kehati-hatian, manfaat, nirlaba, transparan, dan akuntabel.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to be seated because we will start the forums shortly. And we would like also to remind you to complete the registration before entering the event area to ensure a smooth and organized experience for everyone. And ladies and gentlemen, once more time, we invite you to be seated because the forum will be start shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, the event is about to begin. We would like to invite you to be seated one more time. We are going to start the event shortly. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful, may peace and blessings always be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to the 6th International Hajj Fund Forum 2024. And this event has a main theme, transforming Hajj management, financial optimization, and also market expansion strategies. This event is held at Assembly 3, Jakarta Convention Center, in this remarkable day, October 30th, 2024, and I'm Dana Dwika. I'm very honored to be your Master of Ceremony today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, first let us acknowledge the presence of our esteemed VIP guest, Member of Supervisory Board of BPKH, Dr. Rojikin, good afternoon. Member of Supervisory Board of BPKH, Dr. M. Dawud Arif Khan. Member of Supervisory Board of BPKH, Dr. Mulyadi. Member of Supervisory Board of BPKH, Mr. Heru Muara Sidik. Chief of Executive Board of BPKH, Dr. Fadrul Imansyah, good afternoon. Assistant Governor of Bank Indonesia, Mr. Diki Kartikoyono. Director and Resident Representative Regional Hub Indonesia Islamic Development Bank or ISDB, Mr. Datuk Amer Bukvik. Good afternoon. CEO Lembaga Tabung Haji Malaysia, Mr. Syed Hamadah Syed Othman. Managing Director Perbadanan Tabung Amanah Islam Brunei or TAIB, Ms. Datin Hajah Hasnah Haji Ibrahim. Managing Director, Darussalam Holdings SDN BHD, Tabung Amanah Islam Brunei, Mr. Haji Mahmud Haji Muhammad, Member of Executive Board BPKH, Professor Dr. M. Arif Mufraini, Member of Executive Board BPKH, Ms. Sulistyawati, Assistant to Minister of Finance for Macroeconomy and International Finance, Mr. Pargiono, Director of Learning and Students Affairs, Ministry of Higher Education, Science and Technology, Mrs. Sri Suning Kusuma Wardani, Director of Foreign Exchange Management Department, Bank Indonesia, Mr. Giri Kurniaharta, Director of the Payment System Policy Department of Bank Indonesia, Mr. Dudi Dermawan, Corporate Secretary of BPKH, Mr. Ahmad Zaki, the university representatives from Western Indonesia, Central Indonesia, and also Eastern Indonesia, and also to all other distinguished guests. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are very grateful for your presence, and we are extended our warmest greetings to all participants and attendees who have joined us today. And as all we all know that the country, Indonesia, is the country of the largest Muslim population. Indonesia plays a crucial role in the global Hajj landscape. With the number of pilgrims rising each year, there is an increasing need to ensure financial stability and also optimize Hajj operation. The Hajj and Umrah services sector faces unique challenges such as fluctuating costs and a complex regulatory environment. Emphasizing the importance of professional fund management and risk mitigation strategies is urgently needed. At the same time, the market for Hajj and Umrah support products in Saudi Arabian market offer a very significant growth potential. And by enhancing services including travel, accommodation, healthcare, and also logistics, we sure that we can greatly improve the pilgrimage experience for Indonesian pilgrims. And this forum brings together key stakeholders to explore collaborative solutions for a more sustainable and effective Hajj management system, ensuring a safe, a comfortable, and spiritually enriching experience for all Indonesian pilgrims. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to officially commence today's program, we kindly ask everyone to stand because we would like to hear the national anthem of Indonesia, Indonesia Raya. Thank you, and please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, performing Hajj is a sacred obligation for all believers to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. The Almighty does not require anything from His creations. And now let us take a moment to appreciate the beautiful recitation by a talented young Qori, Mr. Ahmad Muhajir. Mr. Ahmad Muhajir. And we would like to introduce you a little bit about Mr. Ahmad Muhajir. Mr. Ahmad Muhajir actively contributes to the Syawal Mubarak channel and Imam Muda Indonesia and has achieved outstanding recognition in various competitions. And Mr. Ahmad Muhajir will recite of Surah Al-Imran verses 97. Mr. Ahmad Muhajir, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Fihi ayatun bayyinatun maqamu Ibrahim wa man dakhalahu kana amina. Walillahi 'alan nasi hajjul baiti man istata'a ilaihi sabila. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ عَنِ الْعَالَمِينَ. Fihi ayatun bayyinatun maqamu Ibrahim. وَمَا دَخَلَهُ كَانَ آمِنًا. وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ استطاع إليه سبيلا. ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين. ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين صدق الله العظيم. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Jazakumullah khairan, Qari Ahmad Muhajir, for the beautiful and heartfelt recitation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to invite Mr. Diki Kartikoyono, as the Assistant Governor of Bank Indonesia, to deliver the welcoming remarks. Mr. Diki Kartikoyono, the time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dr. Fadul Imansyah, Chief of Executive Board of Hajj Fund Management Agency, honorable speakers, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me start my remarks by expressing profound gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for allowing us to meet at this blessed event. With His mercy and guidance, Alhamdulillah, we can gather at this event in good health, and peace be upon beloved Prophet Muhammad SAW, who had brought us from the darkness to the light. Let me also express my warm welcome to our distinguished guests. Thank you for coming to Jakarta for the 6th International Hajj Funds Forum 2024. Your valuable contribution is highly appreciated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as one of Islam's fundamental pillars, Hajj not only holds profound spiritual significance for Muslims, but also has a significant impact on the economy. Every step of a pilgrim's journey contributes directly to the economic activities, from purchasing tickets, transportation, accommodation, textile, souvenirs, and so many. The economic ecosystem formed by this Hajj activity stimulates economic circulation across various sectors and creates job opportunities, thus providing widespread benefit to the society. This year, Indonesia Hajj quota is recorded at 241,000 pilgrims, making Indonesia the second largest sending country of Hajj pilgrims in the world. This number also represents the largest quota in the history of Hajj management in Indonesia. This growth demands more effective management to ensure that resources are utilized optimally, costs remain controlled, and the financial health of operation is maintained appropriately. In this context, the implementation of diversified investment portfolio and comprehensive risk mitigation strategy become essential. Recently, we marked a pivotal moment with the establishment of the new Badan Penyelenggara Haji, aimed at bolstering the overall Hajj system. This is expected to drive improvement in Hajj management by implementing diverse investment portfolio and comprehensive risk mitigation strategy, ensuring funds are effectively managed to benefit of the pilgrim and the broader community. Given the significant scale of Hajj funds managed by Indonesia, we have a unique opportunity to support the stability of the money market through these funds. My colleagues later on will speak about how to manage the fund from the central bank perspective. Of course, we also like to hear from all of you how to manage our Hajj fund with the more diversified portfolio. Not only in the financial portfolio, maybe we can also hear about the possibility to expand our the way to manage our Hajj fund. To this end, Bank Indonesia has introduced a Sharia compliance foreign currency investment instruments, so-called SUFBI, as an alternative placement for Hajj funds in foreign currency via Islamic banks. This approach not only supports domestic financial stability, but also helps mitigate the risk of placing Hajj funds abroad, ensuring a resilient framework for the Hajj fund portfolio. Furthermore, it is also crucial for stakeholders to ensure that the benefits of Hajj fund management are enjoyed inclusively, while maintaining transparency and accountability in the management process. Thus far, the benefits of Hajj funds management will not only be experienced by the pilgrim through the convenience of performing Hajj, but also being able to provide benefits of groups of people in needs or even for the economy in general. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the market for Hajj and Umrah support product in Saudi Arabia offers substantial opportunities for growth and innovation. Expanding market strategies and introducing high-quality services in Indonesia can significantly enhance the pilgrimage experience. This includes not only essential travel services, but also accommodation, healthcare, logistical support, and all of which are critical for ensuring a successful and fulfilling Hajj journey. We like to hear from our colleagues from Brunei, Malaysia, from other countries, how we can escalate, improve our service during the, of course, pilgrimage journey. The demand for these services is growing, and there is a need for Indonesian providers to be involved and innovate to meet these demands. One of the keys to market expansion is through digitalization. In fact, this is my area. I am from the payment system policy department. We like to support all the process in payment experience in Saudi Arabia through digital. We continue to strive to develop the infrastructure that support the expansion of Indonesian products in the Middle East. Bank Indonesia is currently working on the implementation of cross-border KRIS payments linkage in the country in the Middle East to enhance the convenience of financial transaction during the Hajj journey. In this context, initiating government-to-government partnership between Saudi Arabia and Indonesia to facilitate payment transaction during Hajj is an important first to take. Furthermore, we encourage Indonesian businesses to seize these market opportunities and expand their reach by collaborating with the strategic partner in Saudi Arabia. This important step, not only for unlocking new growth areas, but also for aligning with the domestic halal value chain. By linking the Hajj supply chain, which involves sectors like halal food, textile, and other products, with the domestic halal value chain, we can create synergies that strengthen the national economy and extends the benefits to a broader segment of society. Through this approach, we aim not only to enhance the quality of services provided to pilgrims, but also to ensure that the Hajj supply chains contributes to the growth of Indonesia's domestic halal ecosystem. This connection will support a more integrated and robust economic framework, benefiting from the pilgrims and the wider economy. Excellencies, Pak Fadul and other colleagues from Tabung Haji, from Brunei, in the 6th International Hajj Conference 2024, aims to bring together key stakeholders, including all of you, of course. Financial service providers, Hajj organizers, government authorities, and international organizations to discuss the more effective way to develop strategies for transforming Hajj management. By fostering collaboration and sharing best practices, the conference seeks to pave a way for a more sustainable and effective Hajj management system. Pak Fadul, of course, will share about, again, our way, our strategy, and develop our policy together. Ensuring that pilgrims have a safe, comfortable, and spiritually enriching experience. In closing, may Allah bless us with His knowledge and wisdom, so that together we can lead the Islamic financial industry to advancement to accomplish our objective of the prosperity the Ummah. Finally, on behalf of our all chairs, speakers, and participants, we would like to thank all the parties who have prepared and supported this program for their excellent job well done. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Mr. Diki Kartikoyono, Assistant Governor of Bank Indonesia. Please give Mr. Diki Kartikoyono one more time a big round of applause. Thank you very much for the welcoming remarks. And the following, I would like to invite Dr. Fadlul Imansyah as Chief of the Executive Board of BPKH to deliver the keynote speech. The time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah, la haula wala quwata illa billah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah, amma ba'du. Honorable Member of Supervisory Board of BPKH, Dr. Rojikin, Dr. Muhammad Daud Arif Khan, Dr. Mulyadi, Mr. Heru Muar Sidik, and also Assistant Governor of Bank of Indonesia, Mr. Diki Kartikoyono, Director and Resident Representative Regional Hub Indonesia, IDB, Mr. Datu Amer Bukfit. I believe he is not joining us yet today, and our colleague from Lembaga Tabung Haji Malaysia, CEO, Mr. Syed Hamadah Syed Othman, Managing Director Perbadanan Tabung Amanah Islam Brunei, or Taib, Datin Hajah Hasnah Haji Ibrahim, Member of Executive Board, we have Prof. Arif Mufraini, and also Ibu Sulistiawati, Assistant to Ministry of Finance for Macroeconomy and International Finance, Mr. Pargiono. I believe he's not coming yet. Also, Director of Learning and Student Affairs, Ministry of Higher Education, Science and Technology, Mrs. Sri Suning Kusumawardani. Thank you very much for coming. Director of Foreign Exchange Management Department, Bank of Indonesia, Mr. Giri Kurnia Harta. Thank you very much. Director of Payment System Policy Department of Bank of Indonesia, Mr. Dudi Darmawan. Corporate Secretary, Deputies of BPKH, the University representative from Western Indonesia, Central Indonesia, and Eastern of Indonesia, and other distinguished guests. Good afternoon, esteemed guests, distinguished delegates, and colleagues. It is my pleasure to address you today at the Indonesia Syariah Economic Festival. As the Chief of Executive Board of the Hajj Fund Management Agency, or BPKH, I'm very excited to be part of this gathering that brings together experts, industry leaders, policymakers to discuss the future of Islamic finance. Indonesia, with its vast Muslim population, has a unique opportunity to become a global hub for Sharia economics. BPKH, as the key player in the Indonesia Sharia financial ecosystem, is committed to supporting this vision. In recent years, the Hajj and Umrah services sector has encountered several challenges, such as fluctuation of the cost, evolving regulatory environment, and the necessity for robust risk management have highlighted the importance of financial stability and operational efficiency. Financial optimization is essential to ensuring the resources are utilized effectively, costs are controlled. This involves diversifying investment portfolio, Sharia-compliant investment, professional fund management, and implementing comprehensive risk mitigation strategies. We have been actively working to enhance the management of Hajj Fund through various initiatives, including direct investment in Saudi Arabia by establishing BPKH Limited as our subsidiary in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Our goal is to maximize the return of the fund while ensuring they are used for the benefit of the Indonesia pilgrims. By expanding market strategies and introducing the high quality and tailored services, Indonesia can significantly enhance the pilgrimage experience. This includes not only essential travel services, but also accommodation, healthcare, and logistic support, all of which are critical for ensuring of a successful and fulfilling of a Hajj journey. For the demand of this service is growing, and there is a need for Indonesian providers to involve and also innovate to meet these demands. So the International Hajj Fund Forum 2024 aims to bring together the key stakeholders, including financial service providers, Hajj organizer, government authorities, and international organizations to discuss and develop strategies for transforming Hajj management. By fostering collaboration and sharing the best practice, the conference seeks to pave the way for a more sustainable and effective Hajj management system, ensuring the pilgrims has a safe, comfortable, and spiritually enriching experience. I believe that this forum will provide a valuable platform for exchanging ideas, exploring new opportunities, and strengthening cooperation in the field of Sharia economics. Let us work together to build a sustainable and inclusive financial system based on the Islamic principle. Ladies and gentlemen, and also distinguished guests, I invite you all to actively participate in the discussion, workshop, and exhibition throughout the festival. Let us together shape the future of Islamic finance and contribute to a more inclusive and sustainable economy. With its immense potential, Islamic finance can play a pivotal role in addressing global challenges. This festival serves as a platform to explore innovative solutions and foster collaboration among stakeholders. By working together, we can create a vibrant and sustainable Islamic financial ecosystem that benefits all. Let us seize this opportunity to build a stronger partnership and drive positive change. As we embark on this exciting journey together, I'm very confident that this festival will be a catalyst for innovation and growth in the Islamic finance industry. Let us work hand in hand to build a more inclusive and prosperous for future all. Thank you very much for your attention. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Fadul Imansyah, and please stay on stage. Because in this special moment, we also would like to launch the BPKH Hajj Scholarship, an initiative that aims to provide greater access to education, especially for those in need, with a focus on Islamic values and character development. And to launch this program, please join Dr. Fadrul on stage. Mr. Diki Kartikoyono, as Assistant Governor of Bank Indonesia, we welcome you to the stage. Ms. Sulistiawati, Member of Executive Board BPKH. Ms. Sri Suning Kusumawardani, Director of Learning and Student Affairs, Ministry of Higher Education, Science and Technology of the Republic of Indonesia. Profesor Delmus Puneri Salim MA, MRes PhD, Rektor UIN Mahmud Yunus Batu Sangkar Belum. Dr. Reni Sukmawani MP, Rektor Universitas Muhammadiyah Sukabumi. Dr. Supriyadi SE MSI, University Teknologi Digital, Rektor Universitas Teknologi Digital. Profesor Dr. Mamun Murad MSI, Rektor Universitas Muhammadiyah Jakarta. Dr. Muhammad Ali MMMH, Rektor Universitas Muhammadiyah Sorong. Dr. Reza Ronaldo Esos MM, Rektor Sekolah Tinggi Ekonomi dan Bisnis Islam Lampung. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there are 30 universities representatives from Batam until Sorong who are attending this special moment to launch the BPKH Scholarship. I would like to say hi first from the east part of Indonesia. Please raise your hand. The university representatives from east part of Indonesia, would you like to raise your hands? We also would like to know you here. Okay. Very simple, yeah. Okay, from Central Indonesia, would you like to raise your hand? We also would like to see you here from western part of Indonesia. Thank you for your coming. Okay. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to turn back and see to the screen. Okay, there is a palm there. Please raise your hand and face your palm to the screen to symbolically activate the scholarship program. Okay, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite you to join me for the countdown to launch the BPKH Hajj Scholarship. Please help me to make the countdown. We're gonna start from 3, okay? We will count down together in 3, 2, 1.
Selamat datang di program Beasiswa Haji BPKH. Program bantuan pendidikan untuk pelajar dan mahasiswa dari seluruh wilayah Indonesia. Dari nilai manfaat dana abadi umat, program Beasiswa Haji BPKH hadir untuk membantu pelajar dan mahasiswa menjadi insan unggul calon pemimpin masa depan. Kunjungi beasiswahaji.bpkh.go.id untuk terhubung, berbagi informasi, dan saling bertumbuh bersama Beasiswa Haji BPKH. BPKH, semua bisa haji.
Congratulations, the BPKH Hajj Scholarship is now officially launched. And please join me to give a round of applause as we celebrate this exciting step forward for Indonesia's youth. And to capture this precious moment, we would like to have a photo session for a while. Okay, please line up. Okay, we're going to take a picture together in 1, 2, 3. One more time, please give your smile in 1, 2, 3. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You can please return to your seat. And for Mr. Diki and Dr. Fadlul, please stay on stage. And for the next, we will have a photo group session. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we would like to inform you that the funding for the BPKH Hajj Scholarship comes from the benefit value of the Ummah Endowment Fund or Nilai Manfaat Dana Abadi Umat managed by BPKH. And we would like to invite Ms. Datin Haja Hasna Haji Ibrahim and all speakers and moderators to join us on stage for taking picture together. We would like to invite all the distinguished speakers for the panel discussion. Please welcome on stage to have the photo session. And also we would like to invite Ms. Datin Haja Hasna Haji Ibrahim. And also Mr. Giri to join us on stage for the photo session. Mr. Pargiono. Mr. Datuk Akmer Bukfik. Profesor Arif. Mr. Ahmad Zaki, we also would like to invite you. Okay, and also for the all speakers and our distinguished moderator, we would like to invite you to come to stage for the photo session. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we also would like to inform you that the scholarship target is 1,000 high school students or equivalent and 1,000 active vocational or undergraduate students with recipients spanning from Sabang to Merauke. Okay, thank you very much. You may return to your seats. Thank you very much. And we also would like to inform you that the BPKH Scholarship, the program is 6 to increase educational participation rates and reduce school dropout rates, enabling more students to complete their education successfully. And we hope this scholarship can contribute to the development of a generation dedicated to the progress of the community and the nation. And following this session, there will be a document handover signing ceremony for the scholarship program. Therefore, representatives from the recipient universities are kindly requested to proceed to the signing table at the back area of the room, where this can take place throughout the event. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, now let us take a moment for reflection as Division Head of Hajj Service Partnership, Mr. Muhammad Tabrani Nuril Anwar will lead us in a heartfelt dua.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. O Allah, the one almighty God beyond measure. On this bliss afternoon, we, your humble servant, gather here, express our gratitude to you. You are the creator of the universe, the supreme regulator of everything. We seek help and submit only to you, for it is your presence that we shall all return. Make us among your servants who are grateful. O Allah, the all-wise Lord, by your grace and mercy, today we convene at the 6th International Hajj Fund Forum, part of 2024 Indonesia Sharia Economy Festival, transforming Hajj management, financial optimization, and market expansion strategies. May this event serve as a moment to unite our steps and hearts, igniting our spirit to foster the growth of Sharia economy in our nation, Indonesia. O Allah, the guide, the provider of wisdom, guide us and keep us steadfast in upholding integrity while fulfilling the mandate to manage the Hajj funds in an accountable manner, ensure optimal returns by adhering to Sharia principle and prudence in all aspects of management, bringing welfare to the Hajj pilgrims, the Muslim community, the Hajj ecosystem, and contributing to the development of our beloved country, Indonesia. O Allah, the one whose doors are never closed, we are aware that our struggle is not yet complete. Our journey is still long. Ease all our affairs. Do not place insurmountable obstacles in our path, so that we may continue to work, innovate, and develop Indonesia Sharia economy for the prosperity of the Indonesian people. O Allah, our Lord, the one to whom we shall return, the one with boundless mercy and guidance, protects and bless us, our leaders, our colleagues, our families, and this nation that we hold dear. Grant acceptance to our prayers and fulfill our efforts and endeavors, O the perfect ones who completes all things. Allahumma arinal haqqa haqqa warzuqna tiba'ah wa arinal batila batila warzuqna ijtinabah. Allahumma jal jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma. Rabbana atina min ladunka rahmah wa hayyi' lana min amrina rasyada. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Amin ya rabbal alamin. May Allah always listen to our dua and always give us His protection and His blessing to all of us here. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, and honorable participants, the 6th International Hajj Fund Forum 2024, Transforming Hajj Management, Financial Optimization, and Market Expansion Strategies will have 2 panel discussion. The first panel on optimizing Hajj funds management strategies and risk mitigation will delve into the risk mitigation and Hajj management strategies to improve the financial stability and sustainability of Hajj operation. And the second panel, we will focus on strategic penetration, enhancing Hajj and Umrah support products in Saudi Arabian market. It will explore innovative strategies to expand the reach of Indonesian products and services in this growing market. And before we welcome our speakers and our moderator, we also would like to inform you that this is gonna be an open discussion. We really hope that you can give us insight, advice, your opinion, not only you in this room, but also whoever joining us on the Zoom. Seems everything ready? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to commence the first talk show session of today's event, themed Optimizing Hajj Fund Management Strategies and Risk Mitigation, moderated by Mr. Giri Kurniaharta from the Foreign Exchange Management Department of Bank Indonesia. And I would like to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished speakers, Mr. Pargiono, Assistant to Minister of Finance for Microeconomy and International Finance, who will deliver the topic Indonesian Investment Opportunity on Hajj and Umrah. Please give him a big round of applause. We also would like to invite Mr. Datuk Amer Bukfik, Director and Resident Representatives of the Regional Hub Indonesia at the Islamic Development Bank, or ISDB, who will discuss managing global Islamic fund, global trends and challenges. And our third speaker will be Professor Dr. M. Arif Mufraini, a member of the Executive Board of BPKH, who will provide his expertise on financial industries in the Hajj ecosystem, insight from within Indonesia and ASEAN. And Professor Arif will be represented by Mr. Aziz Fajar Aribowo as the Division Head of Advisory and International Support. Please welcome on stage. Okay, without further ado, I would like to formally hand over the session to our esteemed moderator, Mr. Giri Kurniaharta. The time is yours.
Check. Thank you, MC. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 6th International Hajj Fund Forum 2024, and thank you for joining us. May Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala bless us all. So my name is Giri Kurniaharta Purnama from Bank Indonesia, and I will be the moderator for the first sessions. It is about an hour to go, gentlemen. So today's first sessions on optimizing Hajj funds. Yeah. So they will be talking about management strategies and risk mitigation. This is dedicated to explore what I call financial strategies that ensure sustainability and also maximize the positive impact of Indonesia Hajj pilgrimage. So a country with the largest population, I think in the world, in the Muslim populations, it's around 245 million populations. So Indonesia holds a significant role in the global Hajj landscape. So we are honored to be joined by distinguished experts who have made invaluable contribution on the field. So allow me to introduce all panelists. The first one is Mr. Pargiono. Good afternoon, Pak. An accomplished economist and public policy expert, currently serves as Assistant to Minister of Finance of Macroeconomy and International Finance. And then previously, he held the role of Alternate Executive Director for Southeast Asia at the World Bank, representing multiple countries in the region. Yeah. He holds degrees from Universitas Gadjah Mada, UGM, and then Korea Development Institute, and PhD from James Cook University, Australia. So the second panelist, Datuk Amir Bukfik. Good afternoon, sir. Director and Resident Representative on the Islamic Development Bank Regional Hub Indonesia, and experienced Islamic finance leader. As former CEO of Bosna Bank International, he positioned it among Bosnia top bank and co-founded the Sarajevo Business Forum and Sarajevo Halal Fair. Datuk Amir Bukfik holds degrees from IIUM, the International University of Japan, and Executive Studies at London Business School and Oxford. The third one, Professor Dr. M. Arif Mufraini. Good afternoon, Pak Arif, ya, Pak Profesor. A member of the Executive Board at Indonesia Hajj Financial Management Agency, BPKH, is a leader in Hajj and Islamic finance, and then he focuses on sustainable Sharia compliance of financial practices and contributes academically shaping Islamic finance policy in Indonesia and the Asian region. Inshallah, yeah, today's discussion will be focusing on actionable steps to ensure financial stability in Hajj fund management while staying true to Islamic finance principle. Think of managing something very big. So I call it like managing a large portfolio, which is exposed into the, what I call a yield and foreign exchange development. So it's something very interesting talking about this, because it is also require a diversification and enhanced returns, risk management, and of course commitment to, I think in the near future, Bapak, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, digitalization for efficiency and security. Now, let us kick off today's panel. Here's how we will proceed. Each of you, our esteemed panelists, will have 15 minutes to present. And then after that, you know, there will be 15 minutes for Q&A session to the floor. So, before we begin, let's give them big round of applause. Thank you. So without further ado, Pak Pargiono, the floor is yours to start. Thank you.
Terima kasih. Baik, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Good afternoon, very good afternoon, Ibu Bapak yang kami hormati. I don't know how many speaking English in this room, but I have to speak English. It's very challenging after the lunch time. But let me start with my presentation. Will be content of three terms. The first is I will share about the current global situations, and then the second is on the position of the Hajj fund now, and some option that I put in the table to see how actually the audience will give us the inputs, the comments, and also the suggestions. Let me start with the macroeconomic and financial market update. We start with the slide 3. As we gather here, I think everyone knows we stand amid a landscape of unprecedented economic challenges. The global interest rates remain high, with the global fiscal pressure, especially in the US, are still high. Also in the geopolitical tension, the combination of escalating tension between US and China tension, especially on the trade, and then fragmented a global order and ongoing geopolitical crisis in the Middle East and also in Ukraine certainly poses significant challenges to the global supply chains. Sluggish growth, the global economic outlook remain uncertain, with the US facing potential recession and fiscal constraint, China experiencing economic slowdown, and Europe's recovery remains fragile. While on the financial market still volatile, with the increased exchange rates and yield volatility coupled with asset repricing and volatile international capital flows, pose significant risk to the global financial system. Our world is also facing a confluence of challenges, including climate change, rapid digital technology, and also aging population. And the next, on the global economic growth, according to the recent IMF and the World Bank's predictions, remain sluggish, expected to grow this year 3.2% only, slightly improving 3.3% next year, 2025, level that still fall below the pre-pandemic level. This slowdown certainly is the previous slide I presented, but the implication for Indonesia are profound. With major trade partners facing downturns, it is essential to adopt strategies that bolster our domestic market while remaining agile to external risks. The next few years will require a balanced approach, combining economic resilience with innovation to navigate this turbulent time. Together we can forge a path through these challenges, driving Indonesian economic forward in the face of global uncertainties. On the next slide, I will to show, despite global uncertainty, Indonesia achieved solid economic growth in the second quarter this year, with a year-on-year expansion 5.05. On the slide 6, the global market volatility put pressure on domestic financial market. Tuning global market volatility is impacting Indonesia financial market, seen in a currency depreciation and shift in a stock market performance. As of September 20th, we observed some fluctuation in exchange rates and bond yield, partially offset by resilient stock market. Such volatility underscores the need for adaptive monetary and fiscal policies to maintain stability amid these external pressures. On the next slide, amid a turbulent global market, our Islamic financial assets have continued to expand, demonstrating the stability and potential of Sharia-based finance in uncertain time. With the asset in Islamic banking grew positively by 8.3% last year, the capitalization of Sharia-compliant stock also increased by more than 28%, reaching above 6,000 level. And the performance of Suko, both sovereign and corporate Suko, was also very strong, with outstanding growth 7.5% and 6.5% respectively. For the future, the sector offers strategic advantage for Hajj funds investment, enabling us to align financial returns with the ethical principles that guide our nations. Together, we can ensure that Islamic finance continue to thrive, providing a stable foundation for our Hajj fund and a reliable investment option in a challenging global environment. On the next slide, the Indonesia Hajj Fund has been actively participating in our domestic Suko market. As of October 29th this year, the total outstanding balance of the Hajj Fund's investment in Indonesia sovereign Suko SBSN has reached about 100 18.49 trillion rupiah. This investment demonstrates certainly the role of the BPKH in supporting Indonesia economic development, financial market deepening. On the next slide, I will show here our trade relationship when I would like to move with the option that we can also explore further. The relationship Indonesia with the Saudi Arabia is another essential element that of economic landscape, particularly in the context of Hajj pilgrimage, as already talked from the opening. The long-standing trade imbalance between Indonesia and Saudi Arabia remain a challenge, with import surpassing export consistently. Yet, this relationship also holds immense potential as both countries seek to strengthen economic ties. Indonesia Hajj pilgrims generate substantial economic activity in Saudi Arabia, and this in turn reinforces our trade connection. Our objective is to capitalize on this mutually beneficial relationship and enhancing both trade volume and economic impact of pilgrimage-related spending. In addition, we are actively working to diversify Indonesia economy export to Saudi Arabia from commodities to value-added product. Through increased trade cooperation, we aim to build a stronger, more balanced economic relationship that benefit both nations and contributes to Indonesian economic resilience and growth. Indonesia, on the next slide, stand to benefit significantly from the Saudi Vision 2030. That number of Hajj pilgrim and its potential for increased investment in Saudi are key factors. We have some enabling factors to capitalize on these opportunities, such as on the regulatory cooperation between two countries, liberalization of investment and change in Hajj management, economic partnership, the existence of BPKH Limited or Indonesia Financial Institution in Saudi Arabia to facilitate investment, and BSI expansion into Saudi Arabia. This initiative certainly collective position Indonesia as a key partner in Saudi Arabia Vision 2030, driving economic growth and strengthening bilateral cooperations. On the next slide, Indonesia seeks to leverage Saudi Vision 2030 by first capitalizing the number of Indonesian Hajj and Umrah pilgrims, which is projected to increase from 1.5 million last year to 3.3 million in the next 2030. And the second, capturing a portion of outgoing foreign exchange to be returned to Indonesia. On the next slide, the projected increase in Indonesia Hajj and Umrah pilgrims from this number I mentioned to significantly boost the economic impact of this pilgrimage. The surge in pilgrim number could lead to a substantial increase in money turnover, estimated to rise from 65 trillion rupiah in 2023 to 194 trillion in 2030. On the next slide, the Indonesia Hajj pilgrim cost was set at 93.41 million in Indonesia rupiah. It's about 40 to 60 government pilgrim cost sharing arrangement. However, due to fluctuating economic condition and Saudi policies, the cost gap between the pilgrimage contribution and actual cost is widening. The increasing gap between this pilgrim contribution and actual Hajj cost threaten the sustainability of Hajj finance. To mitigate this, BPKH must seek certainly high yield investment to encourage direct investment and ensure the long-term viability of Hajj fund. On the next slide, the Hajj and Umrah ecosystem serve a significant driver of growth, not only in tourism but also in related sectors such as transportation, hospitality, trade, and financial services. By optimizing available resources, the Hajj and Umrah ecosystem is able to create opportunities to improve productivity as well as drive innovation in related industries. On the next slide and the last slide, in conclusion, several strategies to strengthening the Indonesian Hajj and Umrah ecosystem. The first, enhancing the role of BPKH as investment enabler in Saudi Arabia. This can be achieved through diversifying its investment portfolio, forging strategic partnership with local companies, and capitalizing on business opportunities arising from major projects in Saudi Arabia. The second, we encourage BPKH to increase direct investment in Hajj and Umrah ecosystem, as well as increasing investment in government's suku. This will contribute to the development of Islamic economy and generate sustainable return. And the third, strengthening the implementation of the Indonesia and Saudi cooperation regarding the MRA on halal certification, export-import regulation, and food surveillance regulation. This will facilitate trade and investment between two countries, ensuring the smooth flow of halal products. And the fourth, enhancing access to financing support and working capital for Indonesian exporters. And this will enable them to expand their market reach, increase their competitiveness, and contribute to the growth of national economy. And the fifth, providing export facilitation support, such as incentive and permit, so we can empower Indonesia exporter to compete on the global stage. Certainly, this would be also working with the Ministry of Finance regarding on the facilitation of the export. And the sixth, collaborating with the BRIN's National Innovations Agency for the R&D on the utilization of science and technology to enhance the quality and continuity of the commodities. This will help address challenges such as climate change and supply chain disruption. So I put this on the table, and I also challenge the risk management from the Hajj fund to manage, because this is go through the real sector of investment. I return back to the moderator. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Pargiono. Yeah, so I noted that based on your assessment, there will be still uncertainty in the global market and also domestically. And then while the Islamic finance assets or the growth also, but the other things, I think all of us noted, yeah, regarding the strategy to strengthen for this ecosystem. Okay, thank you. So let us hear from Datuk Amir, please. The time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It gives me a great pleasure to be with you today. We in Islamic Development Bank are very honored to be part of initiatives like today. Now, Pak Pargiono has two hats. One of his hats is being an executive director of Islamic Development Bank. So he is in our board, so we report to him. So very difficult for me to talk, and I have my bosses sitting next to me. So I am in a very uncomfortable situation, but I will try my best. So very good afternoon to all distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and valued partners. As I said, it's our privilege to address this esteemed gathering at the International Hajj Conference of 2024. And I extend my sincere gratitude to the Hajj Fund Management Agency, BPKH, and Bank Indonesia for convening this important event and for inviting the Islamic Development Bank to participate. As we are focusing today on the topic of managing global Islamic fund and global trends and challenges, I would like to tell you the following. The concept of ethical finance is not new. It is rooted in the teachings of Islam, which has been around for centuries. Islamic finance has championed principles of ethical investment, risk sharing, and social responsibility. These principles, rooted in teachings of Islam, have guided financial practices that prioritize fairness, transparency, and well-being of the society as a whole. Today, as the world grapples, and what Pak Pargiono mentioned on Ukraine, on the supply chains, food security, different kind of challenges that we are going through, we are also facing consequences of unsustainable financial practices. These principles that we are talking about today are more relevant than ever. They provide a framework for a more just and equitable financial system, one that aligns with modern ESG, the environmental, social governance frameworks, and promotes sustainable development. Distinguished guests, I would like to invite you all to imagine a world where finance is not just about profit, but also about purpose, where investments are guided by ethics as well as returns. Today in the morning we had this discussion, and what kind of energy actually is pushing the world forward? Is it the positive energy of ethical principles or the negative energy of greed? What is it that makes the world? I think we have a dilemma, and I think that these two forces are continuously going and competing with one another. But let us just imagine that we are with the positive energy, guided by ethics as well as returns. And then we will come to the promise of Islamic finance, a system that aligns financial goals with ethical values and social responsibility. It is also a system that demands constant vigilance, a continuous reaffirmation that our financial pursuits are in harmony with our ethical obligations. The Islamic finance market is experiencing a robust growth, with reports indicating that global Islamic finance market size in 2024 is at 3.9 trillion and an annual growth of 11%, reaching or expecting to reach 6.7 trillion at 2027. This growth is driven by factors such as increasing Muslim population, rising disposable incomes, and growing awareness of Islamic finance principles. So, in my opinion, as we are facing, I have been the president of the bank for 15 years, and I have been dealing with regulators, because I was the president of the bank in one country, I was the chairman of the bank in another country, and I was a board member I was the president in Bosnia, the chairman in Albania, and the board member in Kazakhstan. And I have been dealing with different regulators. As the time is passing, the regulations are pushing for a more organized, more regulated, more focused banking, which is actually, in a way, going back to the real value creation, which is in line with Islamic finance. The world is teaching us, the crises are teaching us, that Islamic finance is the solution, that we have to go there. So the growth of Islamic finance partly is because of the Muslims looking for it, but partly because also non-Muslims see value in it. I was very impressed to see that the Islamic finance industry in Malaysia is getting closer to 50%. It's, I think, 42% of the market share today, with a lot of non-Muslims also adhering to these principles. So this presents a huge opportunity for institutions like BPKH, but also necessitates a keen understanding of the evolving landscape. Distinguished guests, the demand for ethical investment products is growing rapidly across the globe. Investors are increasingly seeking opportunities to align their financial goals with their values, to invest in companies and projects that contribute to a better world. Islamic finance, with its inherent ethical framework, is uniquely positioned to meet this demand. Regions like Southeast Asia, Middle East, Africa, with their large Muslim populations and growing economies, offer particularly promising opportunities for expansion of Islamic finance. And I can tell you that also in Europe and countries where the Muslim populations are growing, like Norway, Sweden, they are continuously exploring possibilities of going into the world of Islamic finance. So it is across the board that Islamic finance is on rise. Dear guests, we need to understand that this impressive growth today's trajectory is not without its challenges. We do have challenges. Managing Islamic fund in today's globalized economy requires a nuanced approach, one that balances financial goals with ethical considerations and effectively navigates the complexities of international markets. One of the primary challenges in managing global Islamic funds is the inherent complexity of international markets, coupled with the need for strict adherence to Sharia-compliant investment principles. This guides us to a very deep understanding of both financial and ethical dimensions of Islamic finance. For instance, fund managers must navigate complex issues related to derivatives, sukuk structures, and investments in companies with mixed activities, ensuring compliance with prohibitions on riba, gharar, and maisir, gambling. Additionally, the lack of standardized regulations across different regions pose additional hurdle. Not always the principles are practiced in the same way in different regions. All these are challenges. And as we navigate this complex landscape, we are reminded of the words of Jean-Claude Trichet, the president of the European Central Bank in 2009, who called for a paradigm shift in the global financial system. So also the West and Europe are understanding that there is a need to change in the more regulated, more structured approach, which is exactly what Islamic finance stands for, and this call resonates even more strongly today as we seek to build a more resilient and ethical financial system. So this is opening doors for Islamic finance on all horizons. Distinguished guests, but what does it truly mean to align finance with ethics? Is it merely a matter of avoiding prohibited activities, or does it require a deeper rethinking of the very nature of finance? Conventional finance often operates under the illusion of separation from the real economy, engaging in practices that prioritize short-term gains over long-term value creation. This disconnect, as we have seen time and again, can lead to instability, inequality, and even crises that shake the foundations of our economic system. This is very important, this connection. So Islamic finance, in contrast, recognizes the interconnectedness of finance and the real economy. It emphasizes the importance of investing in productive activities that generate tangible benefits for society. This principle is enshrined in prohibitions of riba, which is not only prevents the unjust accumulation of wealth, but also encourages the flow of capital towards ventures that create real value. I really like the comparison of Islamic financial system with the blood system in the body. So Islamic finance is something that makes the money should flow into the real economy. And Islamic finance enables us to invest in the real economy. So it is like moving the blood to go through the organism. If you have concentration of wealth anywhere, it's like the clotting of blood. Then you have heart attacks, you have blood, that part of the body would not operate. So that comparison really is a very good comparison of Islamic finance, which is actually creating value. Distinguished guests, the principles of Islamic finance are deeply aligned with the core tenets of ESG investing. Both emphasize the importance of social responsibility, environmental sustainability, and good governance. For example, the prohibition of investment in harmful industries. This naturally synergy between Islamic finance and ESG principles creates a powerful framework for sustainable and responsible investments. Islamic Development Bank recognizes the growing demand for sustainable and social responsible investments within the Islamic finance sector. We are committed to supporting the development and implementation of investment strategies that align with ESG principles. This is particularly important in the context of Hajj funds, where ethical considerations are paramount. ESG and Islamic finance share a common goal: ensuring the stability and sustainability of investments with focus on long-term risk reduction. The practical impact of this alignment can be seen in numerous successful ESG compliant projects funded by Islamic financial institutions. For example, us in ISDB, we commit 35% for climate finance targeted by 2025 as part of our Paris alignment commitment. We have also supported initiatives to promote financial inclusion and empower marginalized communities, aligning with the social goals of ESG frameworks. We believe that integrating ESG factors into investment decisions not only promotes ethical practices, but also enhances long-term value creation. Ladies and gentlemen, balancing ethical investment mandates with the need to achieve competitive returns, especially in volatile global economic environments, presents a significant challenge. Islamic fund managers must carefully consider their investment strategies to ensure they meet both financial and ethical objectives. This can be achieved through strategies like diversification across asset classes and geographies, investing in socially responsible companies, and utilizing innovative financial instruments. This going and spreading is very important for ISDB, and you have to understand the different asset classes and risk categories. We ISDB, and Pak Pargiono knows this better than me, we cover, out of our 57 member countries of ISDB, 29 are least developed countries. 31 are fragile countries. So naturally with more risks, but this diversification actually opens the door that we cover where the need is, that the blood flows where it is needed to all parts of our body, and our body is ummah. It is one body. We cannot forget other parts. So, esteemed colleagues, as leading global Islamic financial institutions, ISDB Group emphasizes the importance of leveraging technology and innovation to enhance the efficiency and transparency of Islamic fund operations. Emerging technologies like blockchain and artificial intelligence are revolutionizing the financial industry, and Islamic finance is no exception. Blockchain, with its ability to provide transparent and immutable records of transactions, offers immense potential for enhancing the efficiency and security of Islamic financial operations. Smart contracts can automate and streamline complex financial agreements, reducing costs and enhancing transparency. Artificial intelligence can be used to analyze vast amounts of data, identify investment opportunities, and manage risks more effectively. Dear guests, the lack of harmonized regulations across different jurisdictions remains a significant challenge for the growth of Islamic finance.
6 minutes. Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay. So, since I have 1 more minute, I will try to wrap up this. We have to look, is our vision achievable? Amidst this optimism, we must also confront the realities of our world. As we mentioned, volatility, uncertainty, growing unease. Can Islamic finance truly fulfill its promise? Can it provide a viable alternative to conventional financial system, or it's merely a niche player? Can we navigate the complexities, harness technology responsibly, and foster global collaboration to make it transformative force? So, let us remember that the pursuit of financial return must always be guided by a higher purpose, a commitment to ethical principles and social responsibility. By upholding these values, we can ensure that Islamic finance remains a beacon of hope, a force for positive change in the world that desperately needs it. Dear guests, the journey ahead may be challenging, but the destination is worth striving for. Let us work together to build a future where Islamic finance not only grows significantly, but also meaningfully contributes to a more just, equitable, and sustainable world. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Dad. Sorry for being, reminding you about the time. Yeah, I mean, one of the keynotes, yeah. Finance is not only just about the profit, but how to achieve the purpose. That's very, very interesting. Okay, let's hear the next panelist from Professor Arif. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Pak. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. All distinguished speakers and all distinguished guests. I'm trying to not to take the time, inshallah, as long as Pak Parjono still with BPKH right after this conference, of course. Bapak Ibu sekalian, I'm trying to deliver some information about the way BPKH dealing with the Hajj ecosystem. My job actually with the team, a small group of team, Pak Parjono, our job is to have, specific direct investment abroad, especially in Arab Saudi, and all the investment should be directed to the sectors that deliver service for the Hajj pilgrim. So it is actually quite a job, quite a function of BPKH. Since we know that BPKH is still young as an organization, so everything should start from the scratch. We are preparing so many things, enablers, rules, risk management, and everything. And it's quite touched my heart, Pak Datuk, when you say that investment is all about purposes. It's not only profit, yeah. But I think for being BPKH, we should do both purpose and also profit. Because as we know that it is our mandate, to invest our money in the Hajj ecosystem. Slide please, roll on. Again, yeah, I'm trying to deliver the presentation why BPKH should invest their money in the Hajj ecosystem directly, and the way how this activity, will invite more financial industries, to do the same, and also in order to activate, small enterprise from both Indonesian or Saudi Arabia. As we know that maybe everybody also noticed that it's a quite big number every year we have to spend in order to deliver all services involved in organizing and also supporting the Hajj pilgrim, encompasses sector like transportation, travel management, hospitality, food and beverage, kemudian, and then retail system, communication, and so on, etc. And it's, more or less take like 17 to 20 trillion rupiah, the money fly over from Indonesia to Saudi Arabia every year. As we know that our government right now, new regime, they are put, so many focusing on the way how to optimize all the services for the pilgrimage. I think since we have Pak Parjono here again, I'm going to announce again, Pak. I think this is the time, Pak, for us to shift from procurement regime to the investment regime when we try to deliver a good services for pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia. Because as we know, next, let's see this is also slide. I take this slide from Pak Prajono also. We might realize that everything are going to be double or maybe triple in the incoming years. All about the pilgrimage who come to Saudi Arabia and also Umrah. So it's going to be involved more than what it is today. It's going to be double or triple all the money turnover, since this year and next year, inshallah. And it is related to the vision of the government of Saudi Arabia. So if we do nothing, if we change nothing, so I think we will lose the opportunity. So we encourage our organization to establish vehicles in Saudi Arabia. I already report this to Pak Parjono. We have a BPKH Limited in Saudi Arabia. Now they are trying so hard in order to understand all the system, all the legal entity understanding, and then trying to understand the market clearly, because they are trying to penetrate all the information within the market in Makkah or in Medina. Within our learning curve, Pak, now we already spend some amount of money, still below our target, and we try to invest the money directly for the hotel in Medina and also transportation, to support the transportation for the pilgrimage. We buy some buses and try to deliver the transportation services. It's quite something, but even though it's still a small money, but we still need more companion from the government in order to enhance all the activity. We still have another portion to invest, but since I think we are not ready yet to provide everything, the portion is big, the needs also big, but we don't have enough gut, but right until we deliver all the enablers, and also, of course, the company from another stakeholder of the government, in order to support, to give us, a little bit more feeling of safe. Okay, next. We also invite, as BPKH, also one of the financial institution right now. We are not a banking system, but we are also a financial intermediary to support pilgrimage. We also working with all the Islamic banking in Indonesia. So of course we invite them also to come to join us, to support the way we shift from the procurement regime, as we used to do all the time, all the year, all the period. We just spend. Now we are going to invest the money first, and then we have something in benefit later on in the next future. That's why all expertise from the financial services, Islamic one, of course, please support us and come and join with us to have a good investment in Hajj ecosystem, especially in Arab Saudi. That's why the idea also, I try to communicate also, Pak, this idea to our colleagues from LTH and also from TAIB. We met a couple times before this conference. Okay, next, okay. Our maybe in the near future, based on our learning curve, we are trying to add some more investment based on our investable fund in the BPKH in order to enlarge all the services activity for the pilgrimage. It's all about accommodation, transportation, and also food and beverage. Yeah, we have a good intention to put more money there directly for the investment. And in this occasion, of course, we invite all the small enterprise from Indonesia within their, sufficient capacity, also to support us because the money is ready. So a pilgrimage is always ready in every year. But the thing that support services from the small enterprise in Indonesia, I might say still not ready yet. It could be because of the knowledge, yeah, and also still need learning curve, yeah, in order to have a good activity and to support all the pilgrimage. This is some kind of opportunity for growth, yeah, for both Indonesia and also, of course, Saudi Arabia. And as we know that small enterprise, sometimes they have a problem with the money accessibility and everything. So, of course, again, we invite all partner from Islamic financial institution also to support SME to enhance their capacity, and then, of course, later on we'll support pilgrimage, inshallah, in the near future. The last one, I think. Yeah, it's about okay. It's only about the key to take away all the audience here. First one is all about the role of financial institution, financial industry, particularly through institutions like BPKH, play a critical role, yeah, in managing Hajj fund and providing financial product and tailored for pilgrims. And the second one, of course, impact for the financial strategies on Hajj services, yeah. Investment in Hajj related infrastructure like hotel, transport, and everything, enhance the overall quality of the pilgrimage experience. Last slide, I think, please. Yeah, this is our future outlook. That's why I keep telling Pak Parjono to stay with us, like after this conference. Yeah, it's all about sustainability initiative, Pak. I think if we shift procurement system to the investment, hopefully, slow but sure, it will give more power to the sustainability of Hajj fund itself, Pak. Yeah. And the second one is all about the financial literacy. Promoting financial literacy among small enterprise, yeah, and pilgrims to enhance the understanding of the available financial product, yeah, enabling better financial planning for Hajj. And then regional collaboration. I keep my college from asking, yeah, keep my ASEAN college, yeah, from Brunei, from Malaysia, from Singapore. To share our best practices, yeah, in Hajj fund management and financial services, yeah. Strengthening the the special experience for the pilgrimage. And the last one, of course, because we are in the very enhanced modern era. Everything should be support from the digital innovation that leverage technology and everything for booking payment system, transaction system, and everything. That should be our future outlook, inshallah. That's all the information coming from us, and hopefully in the near future, everybody will join us and also try to help us in order to make our nation dream come to reality. I mean, to have a good services in Saudi Arabia for the pilgrimage. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Professor Arif, sorry, maaf. Yeah, so the keyword is it's not only just they have dual target for BPKH. It's not only just achieve the purpose, but also the profit. This the key takeaway and some strengthening for future outlook. So due to the time constraint, we still have 9 minutes 30 seconds here. I think I will go now to open to the floor for the questions from the audience. Please raise your hand, yeah, and then state your name and then the institution that you are coming from. At the back, I think. Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you, moderator, for checking my question. My name is Victor. I am a lawyer. My question, could I address my question to Dato from Bosnia? You had already suggested about AI and also about blockchain. Yeah, blockchain. Do you think this advanced digital technology can transforming the Hajj management? Transforming Hajj management. And my second question, you also touched on regulation, right? In each jurisdiction. Did you encounter it as regulatory impediment anytime soon? Thank you.
You got the point? Sure, please.
Okay, thank you, Brother Victor. It's a very deep question, very meaningful. First question related to the artificial intelligence technology. How can this help the Hajj Fund and overall Islamic finance and I think overall our economy, so I would add to this. I think this is something, it's a ship that we must get on. We must really be part of this the digital transformation because we really have to reach out. We have to use the technology to reach out to all the opportunities that are maybe not on the spotlight or that are maybe remote. So we have a chance now because the strength of economy or the health of any economy is looking at the middle class, the size and the strength of the middle class. So we really have to find a way of mechanisms of using the technology, using the artificial intelligence to reaching out, to showing Indonesian products in Africa, Indonesian services in Saudi Arabia. We have to find how to use the technological, how to digitalize our SMIs, how to put our products on the map in that part of the world. Of course, data collection, artificial intelligence is data collection, and this is something that now is enormously changing, overnight changing. So, of course, there is a huge potential. There is not only for Hajj Fund, there is no industry now that cannot benefit from artificial intelligence. There is no industry. Absolutely, it's obligatory for us to get on that train. Second question is, did we ever encounter any difficulties on different regulatory of course, Islamic financial products have to be adjusted to different regulatory environments. I operated Islamic finance in the regulation that does not even recognize Islamic finance. So we could not do products like murabaha because banks cannot trade, but we had to do a combination of ijara and musharaka, and every country has its own regulation that we have to adhere, and every country has a practice of Islamic finance that we have to adjust. So these are the two circles that we have to and it's a challenge for Islamic industry, it's a challenge for Hajj Fund, how to move in different markets and to adjust to that. But as time is passing, inshallah, this standardization will also be part of evolving Islamic industry, which is evolving in all parts of the world. Brother Victor, I hope I answered your questions.
Okay, thank you.
So the AI, we must put it as a friend in the future. Thank you. Any other question from the floor? From the center, maybe? Oh, if let's say you like to ask in Bahasa, we welcome also. Okay, question from me. The question from me. Because BPKH said that, you know, it's not only just to achieve purpose, but also the profit, and then connecting to the outlook from Pak Prajono about the strategic environment, the uncertainties globally and domestically. So how do you mitigate the exposure of that? Yeah, I mean, we know that there are some you know, direct investment into Islamic Sharia investment, but how can you elaborate about this?
Hello. I might say that BPKH still needs sometimes to penetrate the market, real market in Saudi Arabia, to adequate all the regulation and everything, differences, and also to know more about people there who work in the market. This is the way how to mitigate. I mean, even though we have a big target, but we have to spend it, you know, gradually, okay? The more we have knowledge and enabler in the perspective of direct investment, then the more investment we will do. That's the first one. The second one, of course, we invite another stakeholder from the government in order to support, because we are representing our flag, you know, Indonesian flag. BPKH Limited is 100% belong to BPKH, and BPKH 100% belong to the government. And we have our mother government, Minister of Religious Affairs, and also Minister of the Finance, right? So we ask them to support us. In many cases, whatever it is the way, it could be, you know, maybe more equity from the government, or maybe support from the dignity principle of the government, something like that. So we will, you know, have more encourage to invest our money more there. So we will gain, you know, more profit, inshallah. And also we are dealing with the purpose of the country.
Amin. Thank you, Pak Prof. Yeah. Any comment?
Please.
Sure, thank you, Pak Giri, Pak Professor Arif, and also Dato. So in fact, that what I put in the table to go directly to the investment is also the way how we serve better to the pilgrimage that already put money there. But in that case, I mean, doing in the business, this is about business, something that, you know, a new area that may be still new for the BPKH. And going to that war, I said war, you should have a friend, you should have partners. Don't be alone as the player, as the standalone player in doing business. And the way the risk is only on your burden, but if you can be the catalyst, bring all players from the private, our investors from Indonesia, the farmer, and many other players in the hospitality, in the transportation, and others. I think they stand ready. The way is how actually to bring them together in one table, to go there, and make sure that the risk is well managed and also shared to the way that. And the second is, from the government, we already opened the door. I accompany my Minister of Finance, had many sessions of bilateral meeting with the Minister Al-Jadan of Saudi Arabia. On look, Indonesia is growing consistently 5%. That means every year many Indonesians from low income becoming upper income. What they think about that, when you come to the higher income, they will think about how to do the Umrah or Hajj. And it is the way my estimation 2030 of 3 million people going to Saudi is best case scenario. The new government is targeting more than 5% growth. That means will be more people in Indonesia coming to Saudi. That means our central bank should be worried of if they are thinking about the risk of the central bank, Pak Giri.
Yeah.
They should go also work together with us, but actually to keep our central bank reserve, right, on this area. So I think working together, private sector, we are in the government very much ready to facilitate in terms of whether any trade facilitations, whether any going with the government. But I was there several sessions with Minister Al-Zadan of Saudi and other ministry, and also with ISDB, Pak Buke, President Al-Jazeer, and they are very open. And how that Saudi can also serve better to the pilgrimage as well as to the government who send the pilgrimage to the Saudi. So don't be as the single player alone, Pak. We have also players in the sector that you are on there. I think that is my point to be delivered. Thank you.
So thank you so much. Yeah, let's give them big applause. Yeah, thank you, Pak Parjono. Thank you, Dato. Thank you, Professor Arif. Yeah. So the time is up. So a lot of notes has been made by I myself. Yeah, but I think I can underscore that the importance of combining Sharia compliant investment with innovative and sustainable strategies to secure the future of Indonesia Hajj funds is something is very important. I think that's all from all of us. Yeah, I thank you again to the all panelists, distinguished all panelists. So by saying Alhamdulillah, I close and then I return back to the MC. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to all esteemed speakers and also moderator for the insightful discussion. Thank you for Mr. Giri Kurnia Harta as the moderator for today's discussion. Thank you to the speakers, Mr. Parijono, Mr. Datuk Amer Bukfik, and Professor Dr. M. Arif Mufraini. Please remain on stage because we would like to give a memorial plaque as a token of appreciation for your valuable contribution today. And we also would like to invite Ms. Sulistiawati as the member of Executive Board BPKH to deliver the memorial plaque to our moderator and also to our speakers. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm applause. The first memorial plaque will be given to our moderator, Mr. Giri Kurnia Harta from Foreign Exchange Management Department, Bank Indonesia. And the following is Mr. Parjono, Assistant to Minister of Finance for Macroeconomy and International Finance. Moving on to Mr. Datuk Amer Bukfik, Director and Resident Representative of the Regional Hub Indonesia at the Islamic Development Bank. And the following to Professor Dr. M. Arif Mufraini, Member of Executive Board BPKH. Thank you very much. Please take a picture together. Let's capture this beautiful, insightful moment. And we really hope that the session has provided insights into the financial strategies for Hajj operation. Okay, thank you very much to all the moderator, speakers. Thank you to Ms. Sulistiawati. Thank you very much, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we also would like to inform you that we are prepared a coffee break for you, and we please you to enjoy the coffee break while following the next discussion. The coffee break are prepared in the left side and also the right side of this room. please take the tea, coffee, and snacks that we have prepared in the left side and also in the right side of this room. And we will soon continue to the second panel discussion. We would like to move forward. I'm pleased to introduce our next segment, Session 2, which focus on strategic penetration, enhancing Hajj and Umrah support products in the Saudi Arabian market. And the session promises to explore effective strategies for improving and expanding support products tailored to the needs of the Hajj and Umrah pilgrims in Saudi Arabia. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to lead this topic, we would like to invite our moderator, Mr. Ahmad Zaki, as the Corporate Secretary of BPKH. Please give a round of applause to Mr. Ahmad Zaki, our moderator for the second discussion. And we also honored to have the following esteemed speakers joining us. Please welcome Mr. Syed Hamadah Syed Othman, CEO of Lembaga Tabung Haji Malaysia, who will share insight on potential joint investment to serve ASEAN Hajj and Umrah pilgrims. Please give him a big round of applause. And the second one, Mr. Dudi Dermawan, Head of the Payment System Policy Department at Bank Indonesia, who will address elevating Hajj and Umrah support products through payment system, digitalization, and cross-border transaction. Okay, without further ado, I would like to formally hand over the session to our esteemed moderator, Mr. Ahmad Zaki. The time is yours.
Thank you, Miss Master of Ceremony, Excellencies, distinguished speakers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am very pleased to be joined here to following our first sessions that focusing on Hajj Fund, optimizing Hajj Fund, and now we are going to the second session, and we will talk about sharing the market expansions in this International Hajj Fund Forum. I will introduce, in the next session, we will have two speakers, and for the first time, after knowing the names that has been shown on before on, let me give a brief introduction to our speakers. The first is Syed. I would say Syed. Syed is like Habib in Indonesia, you know. Syed Hamadah Syed Uthman. He took the Bachelor in Science, Mathematics and Statistics in University of Heriot-Watt, Edinburgh, and also in Glasgow, fellow at the Faculty and Actuary Institute of United Kingdom, and also in Persatuan Aktuari Malaysia. His experience is pengarah urusan kumpulan and ketua pegawai eksekutif in Tabung Haji Malaysia, and he is also a adjunct professor at Faculty Science, Computer and Mathematics at the University Technology Mara. Thank you for coming, Pak Syed. And the second, Pak Dudi Darmawan Saputra. Terima kasih Pak. Beliau menyelesaikan pendidikan di Institut Teknologi Bandung, and then took the master degree at PPM and the PhD in University of Pajajaran. He's now the group head of group head of, ini bahasa Indonesianya saya dapat ini, wholesale payment systems in Bank Indonesia, Bank of Indonesia, and previously he was the program director at Bank Indonesia Institute. So following our discussion about the Hajj Fund, now we are moving to the more specific themes, and you know that even though that we have to wait about 30 Indonesia, we have to wait about 30 to 40 years. It's not as much in compared to the Malaysia. You have to wait for how long? 150 years. Jadi kalau di Indonesia kita menunggu selama 34 tahun, 30 sampai 40 tahun, di Malaysia kita harus menunggu sampai 150 tahun. So, and Lembaga Tabung Haji has many experiences. I think it was established in 1962. So his experience is also, he's older, of course, he's the older brother of BPKH. And you know that his investment range from not only in Hajj Fund, but also you have invested in many industry asset classes. And I think for the first session, you should share us about the history. You can tell us about the history of Tabung Haji, challenges, roles, and also the opportunities that we can cooperate to serve the pilgrims, Indonesian pilgrims, or Asian pilgrims, or Muslim pilgrims in Saudi. Please, Pak Sayyid Hamadah, floor is yours.
Thank you, saudara, my brother, saudara Ahmad Zaki, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, with the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we gather here today to share experience and explore opportunities, collaboration between bodies that manage or handle Hajj services for their respective countries for the betterment of the Hajj experience. I would like to thank Badan Pengelola Kewangan Haji, BPKH, for inviting Tabung Haji to this conference and for having me as one of the speakers for today's conference. It is an honor for me to address our distinguished audience today and share Tabung Haji's experience in providing Hajj guidance to our pilgrims and ensure that they undertake this spiritual journey with full of preparation, knowledge, peace of mind, and devotion to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hajj, as we all know, is a journey of a lifetime that not only connects us to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but also unites us with Muslims from across the globe in a spirit of brotherhood, sacrifice, and unity. However, as we navigate the complexities of the modern era, guiding pilgrims through this journey requires innovation, in addition to careful planning and an understanding of how to balance a tradition with progress. So, for this session, I would like to share some insights on the evolution of Malaysia's Tabung Haji and also Hajj guidance, and we'll be focusing on three key areas. This will be the history of Tabung Haji and how we began our Hajj guidance, the current structure and benefits of Hajj guidance as implemented by Tabung Haji. Jadi Hajj guidance ni Pak Zaki, dia bimbingan haji, bimbingan haji. Kalau dalam bahasa Malaysia.
Or manasik? Not manasik?
Tak, they're more like
guidance.
Guidance. And the future of Hajj guidance or bimbingan haji as we adapt to technological advancements. A brief history of tabung haji, the beginnings of Hajj guidance. Yeah? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, looking back at the roots of tabung haji, a Malaysian institution which was established in actually 1963, Pak. Yeah? Which created to help Malaysian Muslims save for Hajj. The word is saving for Hajj while managing their funds according to Islamic principles or Sharia compliant investments. The mandates or the goal of tabung haji was simple: to make Hajj more accessible and manageable, both financially and logistically. But tabung haji's mission extended actually beyond financial services. By the way, the man, can you go back to the next slide, the before slide please? The man standing on the middle picture tu, Pak, there's a man standing tu, the picture in the middle. He was my father. He was one of the founding members of tabung haji, and that picture I believe was taken in middle or late 1960s. Right? So what he did at that point of time, one of his roles was to actually, he went from kampung to kampung, desa to desa, bandar to bandar, to get people to save for Hajj. During that time, there is no advancement in technology, there is no handphones, so the people of that time have to actually go into the rural areas in order to educate people to save for Hajj. So, but now, in the era of digitalization, we no longer need to do all this regularly, because we can use technology through social media, through advertisements, to reach to the people out there to save for Hajj. For example, today, 86% of transactions that tabung haji experience is actually through digital, through internet banking, through apps, mobile application. And only 14% of our transactions happen in branches across Malaysia. For information, tabung haji is headquartered in Kuala Lumpur, but have 107 branches in the Peninsula Malaysia as well as in Sabah and Sarawak. Yeah?
I think you have it in Sumatra as well. In Sumatra, I think you have oil palm or something?
Oh, that one is investment.
Oh, investment.
Okay. I'm talking about branches where our officers interact with the depositors who wants to save money for Hajj or to withdraw money for their daily use. Before tabung haji's inception, Malaysian Muslims faced many financial and logistical hurdles when preparing for Hajj, such as to perform Hajj, they saved money in or at home in bamboo tabung buluh, dalam metal coin box. As they were worried at that point of time, I'm talking about prior to 1970s, in 1950s, 1940s, they were worried about saving in conventional banks would incur some interest or riba. So they prefer to keep their savings at home rather than, at that point of time, there is no Islamic banking, right? So they prefer to save money at home. And then some of them even actually sold their land and precious belongings to fulfill the fifth pillar of Islam. Therefore, in response, Tabung Haji was founded not only as a financial institution but as a comprehensive support system for Malaysian pilgrims. At that point of time, back in 1950s, late 1950s, there was a professor by the name of the late almarhum Professor Diraja Engku Abdul Aziz. He came out with this idea. He saw that the Muslims were actually, I think you have the same experience here in Indonesia as well. They either save their money at home and is exposed to risks like kebakaran, fire, theft, kecurian, or they sell their lands, their kerbau, their oxes, their cows, to make the payment for Hajj. And when they return home from Hajj, they do not have any further means. They have to start all over again. So this late professor say, instead of doing this way, why not we establish tabung for them to save regularly, and then inshallah when the saving is enough, then they can go for Hajj. And hence Tabung Haji was founded in 1963, and since then there is a lot of evolution until it is in the current format. Tabung Haji has managed the Hajj savings of the Muslims community in Malaysia and organized their pilgrimage journey starting from their departure and arrival in the Holy Land right until they return to Malaysia after completing their Hajj. In the early years, the management of Hajj pilgrimages from Malaysia was largely informal and reliant on local religious leaders known as Sheikh Haji. You probably have that in Indonesia as well, right? We have Tuan Guru Kiai. Yeah, Tuan Guru Kiai di Indonesia. In Malaysia, it is organized by Sheikh Haji, they call it. It's like Tuan Guru Kiai lah di sini, according to Pak Zaki. These leaders played a crucial role in organizing their Hajj experience for Malaysian Muslims. Sheikh Haji often accompanied different groups of pilgrims, offering personalized guidance throughout the pilgrimage to ensure they understood the rituals and practices. There are many Sheikh Haji, and each one of them would use their own mutawif to manage their groups in the Holy Land, and prior to departure, they helped register pilgrims and ensured that they understood the logistics of the journey. Once in Saudi, the mutawif assisted pilgrims with accommodation, transportation, navigation of the holy sites, providing instructions on performing tawaf, rituals such as tawaf, and wukuf in Arafah, and also Jamrah, Lontar, and all the manasik Haji. However, the Sheikh Haji and Mutawif system lacked a structured framework, which often led to challenges in transportation, accommodation, and managing large groups. The safety and well-being of pilgrims were significant concerns at that point of time, particularly regarding health risks and navigating the busy environment of the holy sites. Hence, the establishment of Tabung Haji marked a significant turning point in the management of Hajj pilgrimage for Malaysians. It formalized the process, offering financial planning, offering better logistics, and enhanced support systems for the pilgrims. As the number of Malaysian pilgrims grew, Tabung Haji introduced a comprehensive and structured system of Hajj guidance to assist pilgrims in preparing for the spiritual and physical demands of the pilgrimage, in addition to saving money for Hajj. This marked the beginning of a full-spectrum service that has since evolved into one of the most organized systems of Hajj management in the world. Our structured guidance system equips pilgrims with essential knowledge about the Hajj process, rituals, and requirements. This deep understanding enables them to navigate their journey with a lot more confidence and accompanied with strong faith. We realize that a knowledgeable and prepared group of pilgrims results in actually smoother operations at the Holy Land. Because they have knowledge, they can expect the unexpected. So that will actually bring down the cost of operation over time, which is actually the return on investment for our guidance services. We invest in courses, in books, in da'wah, to teach our bakal haji, a lot of aspects. So this, in result, will actually lower the cost of operations in the Holy Land. With fewer questions and issues arising during the pilgrimage, our men and women, or resources ataupun petugas haji, especially our staff in the Holy Land, can be allocated more efficiently, ensuring a seamless experience for everyone involved. So what it means that we try to optimize our resources in the Holy Land during the Hajj season, so that we can focus on more important issues, because our pilgrims have been equipped with knowledge and also expected experience that they're going to face when they are in the Holy Land. So this is also proven throughout the time by the fact that our comprehensive operations, including the series of guidance provided, have been recognized by the Saudi Arabian government when we received the prestigious Baitum Award for 3 consecutive years for the best Hajj guidance service and the best Hajj affairs office. Ladies and gentlemen, today our Hajj guidance system is a model of efficiency, providing services that cover every aspect of the pilgrimage. From the moment a pilgrim begins to prepare until they return home. The implementation of this guidance system is divided into several key phases, ensuring that every step of the Hajj journey is being supported. Currently, we have about 567 certified guidance teachers who are trained to provide accurate information and support on Hajj, ensuring that pilgrims receive high quality instructions and assistance throughout their preparation. Our Hajj guidance starts well before the Hajj itself, with Tabung Haji providing 3 comprehensive Hajj courses, namely basic Hajj courses, intensive Hajj course, and the prime Hajj course before the pilgrims depart to the Holy Land. Basic Hajj course is the first level Hajj course attended by prospective Hajj pilgrims, held every weekend and conducted in a total of 13 series, starting from the month of Rabiul Akhir until Jamadil Akhir each year. As we speak, the program Kursus Asas Haji atau Basic Hajj course, as we speak, has already begun for the 2025 Hajj season. It started last week and will end by the end of January for 13 weeks. The course module includes topics related to Hajj rituals, health, and Hajj management in Malaysia and the Holy Land. Participation in the course is not limited to those selected to perform Hajj in the current year. Rather, it is open to the general public who are interested in learning about Hajj and Umrah affairs. So, this is what we call Kursus Asas Haji. It's being held in about 210 masjids across Malaysia. Then we have intensive Hajj course, which is more in-depth and tailored for individuals seeking a comprehensive understanding of the Hajj experience. It often includes practical sessions and detailed discussions, especially on the manasik Hajj. And the third one is Prime Hajj course ataupun Kursus Perdana, which is the final Hajj preparation course. This is the final Hajj preparation course before pilgrims depart for the Holy Land. It is a 2-day, 1-night course held during the month of Shawwal in each of the 13 states in Malaysia, or 14 states in Malaysia, which is including the federal, the Wilayah Persekutuan. Gathering pilgrims from all districts within the state, the course emphasizes the practical aspect of Hajj rituals in larger groups, including activities such as tawaf, sa'i, mabit, and stoning. Only those selected to perform Hajj for that particular year are invited to attend. As you see in that picture, there is not a new Kaabah. There is just a replica so that the bakal haji would be able to practice, right? But actually, it seems to be, during the practical session, the environment is a lot different compared to the actual experience during the Hajj season, right? Because of the sheer number of millions of people performing Hajj every year. So we believe that these comprehensive and intensive educational courses covering both the spiritual and practical aspects of Hajj, including lessons of the rituals of Hajj, health guidance, administrations including travel logistics, not only equip pilgrims with the knowledge that they need, but ensuring that each pilgrim is well prepared before embarking on the sacred journey. In addition, Tabung Haji also provides Hajj guidance books for pilgrims as revisions and references. And occasionally, Tabung Haji guides appear on local radio and television to discuss Hajj-related matters and disseminate important information about the Hajj operations conducted by Tabung Haji. Our guidance continues in the Holy Land in Saudi. Tabung Haji also deploys a team of professional Hajj guidance officers and scholars to assist pilgrims at every step. During the stint in Makkah, Arafah, Muzdalifah, and Mina, Tabung Haji ensures that pilgrims follow the ibadah requirements correctly and provide real-time support via an application called eTaib. It's a hotline channel where pilgrims can ask any questions related to Hajj rituals, either through phone or text messaging. Whereas our health officers, counselors, and welfare staff are also on duty 24/7, always ready to assist the pilgrims dealing with physical, emotional, and spiritual challenges of Hajj in the Holy Land. With specialized care for elderly pilgrims and attention to health concerns, we create a safety net that allows our pilgrims to focus on their ibadah, knowing that they are supported throughout the entire journey. The benefits of this structure are vast. Pilgrims gain access to spiritual guidance and education, while the logistical support relieves them of the burden of navigating complex processes like visa applications, accommodations, and transportation. Apart from that, Tabung Haji's operation during Masyair also considers the practical realities of today. For example, on Tarwiyah Day, instead of going to Mina first, Tabung Haji brings all our pilgrims directly to Arafah and later to Muzdalifah and then to Mina for stoning. This approach is communicated during guidance courses and is taken to ensure the safety of our pilgrims. Having said that, we do not stop our pilgrims from going a slightly different route, right? But the majority of it will follow the programs that Tabung Haji has put in place for them. Okay? But if they want to actually do Nafar Awal differently from the rest of the group, we do not stop them, But of course, they have to take the responsibility in terms of the risk that they're going to face. So Alhamdulillah, what started as a simple mission to manage savings for the Hajj journey evolved into a full-fledged operation offering extensive training, education, and logistical support to ensure that pilgrims can perform their religious obligations with ease and peace of mind. Ladies and gentlemen, with the evolving challenges of modern times, guiding thousands of pilgrims annually and efficiently requires both tradition and innovation. Realizing this, Tabung Haji is examining our current system of guidance and is discussing the path forward as we embrace technological advancement in Hajj guidance so that our pilgrims remain knowledgeable and well-informed. And again, as we speak, we have actually collaborated with 1 or 2 universities in Malaysia to develop virtual augmented reality in order to assist all the 3 courses of Hajj just now. So in the future, what I foresee is that our pilgrims, our bakal haji will only need to actually use the virtual specs in order to see the actual experience or actual conditions during the Masyair operation.
We call it virtual reality.
Virtual augmented reality or virtual reality. So as we look forward to the future, ladies and gentlemen, the role of technology in enhancing Hajj guidance become increasingly important. With the rise of digital tools, there is vast potential for making the Hajj experience more streamlined, efficient, and safe. We are already exploring ways to integrate technology into our operations. This implementation of e-learning and mobile apps for guidance is one example of how Tabung Haji is adapting to the times. As part of our ongoing commitment to enhance the Hajj experience for our pilgrims, Tabung Haji plans to digitalize our pilgrims' medical records from 2025 onwards. This initiative aims to strengthen the Hajj registration process, improve health management, and streamline medical support during the pilgrimage. Looking ahead, the possibilities are endless. So in the coming years, we foresee artificial intelligence, data analytics, and virtual reality will continue to develop. Inshallah, Tabung Haji will explore innovations such as AI-powered assistance during the pilgrimage, virtual Hajj simulations to prepare pilgrims, and even digital health solutions to monitor and manage pilgrim well-being. So these technologies will not only improve the overall experience for the pilgrims, but also help streamline the operations, ensuring greater efficiency and accuracy. So, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, guiding the Hajj pilgrimage has always been a deeply spiritual and practical responsibility. From the early days of Tabung Haji's creation to its modern-day implementation, we have seen how essential it is to provide comprehensive guidance and support for the pilgrims. Alhamdulillah, our experience of guiding Malaysian pilgrims through the complexities of Hajj has set a strong foundation, and its current implementation of structured guidance and support continues to benefit thousands of our pilgrims each year. As we look into the future, the integration of technology will undoubtedly transform Hajj guidance further. Therefore, let's use this conference as a platform to discuss and provide constructive views towards improving the management of our Hajj in our respective countries as we face this modern era. Let us continue to innovate, guide, and support, ensuring that every pilgrim is safe, informed, and spiritually fulfilled. Making sure this blessed journey remains accessible, meaningful, and uplifting for generations to come, inshallah. And over the long run, it will optimize our resources and reduce the cost of operations for Hajj season. May Allah SWT continue to guide and shower us with His blessings and guidance. Thank you very much.
Big applause to Mr. Sayyid Hamadah. Thank you very much. So imagine that the Tabung Haji has been established since 1963. It means 61 years old, compared to BPKH that just established in 2017. And so we are now in December. We will seven anniversary, yeah, in this December. There are many interesting information that you mentioned. You mentioned about the role of Ustad, Asatid, Sheikh Haji. You mentioned about that, and then the that go to kampung. It's just like ours, the case in Indonesia, and then it has been modernized by the emergence of Tabung Haji. You also mentioned about how this Sheikh Haji play a big role in logistics, transportations aspect, not only in transportation aspect, but also in ritual of Hajj, including becoming mutawif. So there are many new information, and you mentioned that this is interesting, Pak Rozikin, Pak Kiai, that Tabung Haji now they also get the structure guide system, the award, yeah, for the best structure guide system. So they are not only known for managing Hajj fund, but also actively involved in the guiding the Hajj or manasik Hajj. You mentioned that they have three kinds, yeah, and the final one is just before doing Hajj, that for those who has been registered, and you started the upcoming Hajj pilgrims last week. Jadi kalau di tempat mereka ini minggu lalu mereka sudah mulai pelatihan manasik haji. I think Pak Rozikin kalau di Kementerian Agama mungkin mereka mulai, I think they start pelatihan manasik, ya. So there would be a final round for those who has been registered. Thank you, Pak Hamadah, and maybe later you can also talk about how the investment that you have investing can reduce the cost. You mentioned about reducing the cost of Hajj. We are going to the next speaker, Pak Dudi Darmawan. They are concerned about the supporting payment system or digitalizations, not only for the pilgrims but also for the Hajj service providers. So you know that the attendees here, not only from the Hajj fund agency, from the bankers, but also there are many from small and medium enterprises. There are also some from KBIH, I guess. KBIH is just, as you mentioned, that KBIH is almost like the small group that Sheikh Haji maintain in each villages. We also, now, it has been organized by, in Indonesia, it organized by KBIH, Kelompok Bimbingan Ibadah Haji. Just as you mentioned about the guidance, yeah, Kelompok Bimbingan Haji. Usually it was led by the local ustad, local teacher, religious leaders, and they have groups and bringing the, giving the guidance before going to pilgrims. So Pak Dudi, maybe you can share about the strategy or also the challenges that you faces. For your information, BPKH has to buy real every year because there is a living cost. Jumlahnya berapa ya kalau living costnya itu? That we have to in cash. We give the pilgrims in cash for them to buy something in Mecca, and by optimizing the technology and the payment system, I think hopefully in the future that we can change we can change using the cash and move to the cashless system. Please, Pak Dudi, times is yours.
Thank you, Pak Ahmad Jaki. Honorable Pak Habrat, nice to meet you. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, I would like to share what the payment system to supporting the Hajj and Umrah in the near future. Like Pak Ahmad Jaki said, assumes every of the pilgrim hold the money real as much as 3,000 and multiply in with the 3 millions. In the years of the needed of SAR is more than 9 billion SAR. So this is very, very huge of the SAR. Then this is very not efficient for the cash involved for the pilgrim. I think it's the better is we are using the digitalization for the future to use the QR for the payment system. We can see about right now why I'm very optimistic in the future we can using the Hajj and Umrah using the digitalization. Right now, all the transaction is already using the digitalized. Even if you are go to the banks, conventional banks, you just visit the banks. But now you can be onboarding to the banks with using only the biometric and then onboarding using the video call, something like that, and then you can hold the account of the banks. So the chance of the people right now is probability to hold cash involved is going to decrease, and people is right now is they are very enjoying. We are using the non-cash. This is the trend of our positioning. We see about the payment system facility is going to satisfaction for the customer. And what we have already done, for example, if you come to the market or something like that, you just using the QR and then the payment is already deducted to your account. That's what we call it, you are already using the, we call it the Open API or Standard National Open API. And then you are maybe already familiar. They are using the fast payment or be fast because the price is very, very low, only 2,500. Before, and you are transfer using the online banking, using the price with 6,500. And this is the last about the game changers, our QR Indonesia standard. We can moving all the transaction in the future, you are the QR. Right now, we have already reached the transaction using the QR, 4 billion transaction. And the amount of the QR using the CRIS is larger than using the debit card or the credit card. So this is, we can see the habit of the young generation or millennial generation is preferably using using the cashless. So we can see about from the QR. And the other hand, we supporting the government, local government using the electronification. All the transaction using the digitalized. Right now, we supporting like Kartu Kredit Indonesia. Kartu Kredit Indonesia, this is very, very powerful because all the 40% expenditure for the government budget should be using for the SME. It means in this year, 400 trillion of the government budget should be spending for the SME. All the transaction through the SME can be monitoring using the Kartu Kredit Indonesia. And then we have to simplify our regulation for 134 regulation to be the 4 regulation. This is a very, very innovative our regulation. So we see about the growth of the transaction using the digitized is going to increase. We have already issued the blueprint of the 2030. It's been the simple thing is everything transaction will going to digitalize. Everything transaction will be efficient. And the important thing, everything transaction not only domestically, but will be settled in the cross-border. So this is all the transaction using the cross-border. You can imagine that if you are using the fast payment right now only in Indonesia, next, maybe in the 2027, you can transfer to the Malaysia, Thailand, to the Singapore, to Hong Kong, to United States of America, only using the price 2,500 in the same with the fast payment. This is, we call it interlinkage among our fast payment with the Malaysia, Thailand, and Singapore. This is the model. The model is already done. We have already linkage with the Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand. And then, this is the proven of our QR transaction. Right now, QR transaction already supporting 5 billion transactions. Today, it's already reached 4.2 billion transaction. The QR, why the QR is very successful? Because the QR supporting by more than 55 million of the user and the 35 of the merchants. It means all the spending, all the user can be matched with the merchant. So we can see all the transaction is going to high. Every day is going high. And most of them, 92.4%, all transaction using the QR is held by SME. This is, we can see the micro is more the very large of the transaction, more than 55%, and the small enterprise is 31%, and the medium is 6%. So I believe with the using of the QR, all the SME will be supported to be the growth of Indonesia. This is our CRIS. Why? The central bank always said, you are using CRIS. Because we have many things feature of the CRIS. You can merchant person mode, CRIS person mode. For example, when you buy something to the merchants, and then using your e-money, that automatically deduct your bank account. That the merchant automatically receive the money. So we can see about that. And the second one, the QR can be using for the pay later. It means you can be using the credit with the 0% using the pay later. The last one, CRIS cross-border. We have already done with the Malaysia, Thailand, and Singapore. We have already agreed with the United Emirates Arab, with the India, and with the Japan. And hopefully, in this year, we will running with the Japan already using the QR. And then the near, I hope in the near future, in the end of this year, we can using the CRIS contactless. It means when you are using CRIS, you just only tapping your mobile phone without you open your bank account. If you see, you can pass to payment just using your mobile phone, and you can tapping for payment with this CRIS. And then the CRIS is very powerful. You can transfer, you can withdraw using the QR itself. This is our critical borders. We have already agreed with the, we have already done with the Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand. We have already made the memorandum understanding with the India, United Emirates Arab, with the Korea and the Japan. And this is what the people coming to Indonesia. Many people from Indonesia is more than 600,000 people from India to Indonesia. To United Emirates Arab, more than 9,000. From Japan to Indonesia, 252,000 people. So you can imagine that if they can using the crease, this is very efficient. For example, one SAR right now is for 5,180 rupiah. But with the QR, maybe the price is only 5,100. You can save 80 rupiah for one SAR. It means the spending of the SAR, the whole of the SAR for the pilgrim will be more better than using the cash. That's the benefit of the using the QR. This is the trend of the transaction. The transaction already here. The transaction is going to upward trend. Everybody is enjoying. Even the tourism coming to Indonesia from Malaysia, from Thailand and Singapore, they prefer using the QR rather than they are using the rupiah or using the Malaysia ringgit or the Singapore. Maybe you can try Pak Ahmadat in this, using your QR to make sure that this already done. The people from Malaysia, for example, is going to increase more than 204 millions US dollars. Yeah, they come to Jakarta. They didn't hold the rupiah, but using your Malaysia ringgit and mobile phone, just only tapping, only pay using the QR. That is already successful and already running well right now. How about the next with the Saudi Arabia? The people in Saudi Arabia is almost same with the Indonesia, but the difference is they are right now is preferable using the card. Card payment is more appropriate, but with the QR, this only the QR is only maybe below the 10%. Yeah, Indonesia right now is more than 5 billion transactions using the QR. So when we integrate it between the Indonesia and Saudi Arabia, it is more powerful. Why? Because all the transactions using the QR. The second one, all the transactions using only the printed the QR. No need to using the EDC or something like that. It's more expensive than the using only the printed one paper. That's we see the this is the QR payment in Saudi Arabia is going to high. But next, you can imagine that 9 billion pilgrims in a year in 2030 using the QR, so the price is maybe more than 1 billion. This is only 360 million. So it's been the probability and then the opportunity using the QR is more larger than right now. I think the payment in the for the pilgrim and for Umrah and Hajj using the QR is very powerful rather than using the cash. Thank you very much.
Applause to Pak Dudi. You mentioned about the opportunity, the opportunity that we have by changing the using cash in Hajj. Imagine that if we distribute $400 for each pilgrims, and we have 240,000 pilgrims, is a huge amount, and I think I think we will get there, and I think I will give the opportunity to the floors. If you have any questions, concern, please stand up and also introduce the name and the institution, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much, the moderator. And on this occasion, I would like also to thank to the speakers Pak Dudi, and also the colleagues from Malaysia. This is very. I'm Mama Aruf. I'm from the what we call it Education Foundations of Kesatuan in West Jakarta. On this occasion, I would like to say that I have some enlightenment after hearing the prayer that just being recited by the prayer of from BI. They're telling Hajj have the aspect of welfare for pilgrims. At that time, I'm still thinking what kind of welfare of pilgrims that can get for the pilgrim. But after hearing the explanation from all of you, the speaker, the noble speaker, I began to have some idea that Pak Dudi said digitalizing is quite more efficient to the pilgrim. It is now more clearer. And on this occasion, I would like to say that there is some element of society, in this case is the disability persons. In these relations, I would like to inform you that just this year, OIC meeting in Luanda in Cameroon, and the meeting of the Foreign Council Minister just adopted the resolutions that respect and appreciate the Indonesians' best practices on promotion of literacy of sign languages. It is promoted by Indonesia's Ministry of Religious Affairs. In this case, how the ISEF or ICEF can accommodate this kind of a development for the disability persons.
Okay.
I think this is a good occasion if Malaysia and Indonesia can also combine the formula that you just explained to us, how we provide the disability with the CRIS, something like that, with the component of sign languages, so it can synergize also what Saudi Arabia has provided in Makkah. They have also give some facility for disability. So could you give some enlightenment for this element? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Amam Ma'ruf. You're talking about the concerns for the disabilities, yeah. And I know that I think there are some hujjat, some pilgrims has a limited ability. And the second, please, if you have do you have any? Yeah, please. Pak. This is our colleague from Brunei. We have 5 minutes left actually here, but I think the microphone, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My question is to Yang Mulia CEO Tabung Haji. It's on the management of your queue system for Hajj registration. How does Tabung Haji manage the queue system? I understand that you have around 26 or 28,000 pilgrims per year, and the queue system, I understand it's more than 50 years of waiting.
150 years.
Yeah. So, how do you do the selection for pilgrims that are going to perform next year and the next year? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Name, please. Do you have a third question? Oh, we have 4. Okay, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. My question is for Honorable CEO of Tabung Haji. So,
your name, please?
Yeah, Saudi Arabian government recognizes Tabung Haji as best at managing Hajj pilgrims for 3 consecutive years. So my question is, what are the key factors of this success, like huge success for 3 consecutive years? So perhaps Indonesia can learn from Tabung Haji, or BPKH can learn from Tabung Haji.
Yeah, your name please? Name and institution, ma'am?
Oh, sorry. I'm Evaniza from the Australian National University.
Wow, Bu Eva is... Yeah, the last... Oh, we have many questions right now. 5. Okay, the fourth, please.
Ya, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
My name is Dita Yunita Rahman dari Bank Syariah Indonesia. Thank you. My question especially for Mr. Hamada. It's very interesting for me to know more about Tabung Haji. My question is, besides there are many, already many good investment or instrument from Tabung Haji as we know, does Tabung Haji have a special program to get new jamaah, even though that they already know that the waiting period almost 10 years? Thank you.
Yeah. The last one. Okay, we have 5 questions this session, and this is the last one. Actually, we run out time right now.
Thank you very much for the chance, the moderators. Thank you for the presentation, Datuk Syed Hamada from the CEO Tabung Haji, and also Mr. Dudi, Directors of the Payment Policy Department of Bank Indonesia. My name is Adrida Pulungan. I was a policy analyst in the Secretary General, House of Regional Representative of Republic Indonesia. In my commission, we also have section about Umroh and Hajj. But I was very interested with the presentation of Datuk about Tabung Haji and see how far the process of how to digitalize and make innovations that also Indonesians make it. My question is, how long this management running to be fixed as the system? Because sometimes even us, the candidate of Hajj, we also before make some of the application at the moment like Haji Pintar, and then it was like prediction how long we will get it, and sometimes it was error, sometimes it's good, and then for us as a candidate of Jamaah, sometimes think when it will be feel trusted for us. So because of Malaysia and Indonesia, it's like a brother and sisters. Did you also have a learning process? How could we make it as a trusted institution, and all as the Muslim, the biggest Muslim population in the Southeast Asia? We would like to see how the mechanism, the system, the innovation, and the policy can go hand in hand and in line. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We have 5 questions, and maybe for Pak Dudi, the questions about the concerns, the sign languages, probably using the technology, or it's more easier, And then also for Pak Sayyid Hamada, we have questions about the management, managing the systems, key factors from Bu Eva, and from the SE about, almost the same, about the trick, the tips, and also from Bu Satria Pulungan from the House of Representatives, MPR or DPR, how to make it as a the organization, the better organizations. And also, if you don't mind, also please share some of the initiatives that you have in the investing the Hajj fund for reducing the cost and increasing the services for all the pilgrims. Thank you, Pak.
Okay, Pak Marut, nice to meet you. We have already agreed to meet, but the time is now. Thank you, Pak Marut. For the innovation, currently we have like, we call it the hackathon. And our last hackathons, we have one of winners. This to onboarding for the disability people. How we call it the blind people or tunanetra. They can onboarding in the banks, and how to open the bank account without the without the company someone or without the others people help to onboarding. The idea is when the people can be onboarding with the biometric or the video using the like AI, artificial intelligence. For example, when you are boarding, you must see the picture and then using your ID cards, yeah, to make sure that already picks with the camera. So with the AI, will be guidance you how the position is already going to right or going to left or should be centers. If the position is not right, and then the AI will set, oh, the position is still need going to right or going to left. And then if the position is right, in the center right, and then the onboarding or the camera will catching the disabled people. This is already done. And then we develop like, we call it the sandbox. Sandbox is more innovations to make, to help these disabled people to knowing about digitalization. For example, when they are paying to the merchants, so the sound in the mobile banking will set this is the transaction as much as 100,000. So when they put, for example, 200,000, so the mobile will be rejected, or we call it the transaction is not matched. So the people with the disability can be fixing the amount of the transaction to be 100,000. This is what we are going to under our sandbox. We still develop until the people is very convenient. But for the cash involved, we have already see, if you see the rupiah, we can see about the in the below of the rupiah, like something is the number or something like that, you can see with your hands, and then, oh, this is 100, or this is 100, you can only using your hands. That's why the Bank Indonesia always supporting the disabled people to be going to digitalize and onboarding. Maybe that's my answer, Pak Amar Martut. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please, Pak.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you. On the first question on the disability or disabled person, so for disabled person to go for Hajj, if I get the question correctly, is that we, Tabung Haji will actually invite and will allow a person, a relative, to accompany the disabled person, even though he is not registered or he is outside of the, his turn is not yet picked up. And so we will encourage and we will give priority to a relative, a friend who will accompany this person, the disabled person. So that will actually, how that will benefit Tabung Haji as well, because it will actually release a resource, a person from Tabung Haji to care for the disabled person. So that's how we encourage, or rather we manage the departure of a disabled person for Hajj. So the second question is on from our brother from Brunei, management of the queue system. To correct you, actually the quota is 31,600, not 27,000. So the selection is simple. Someone who wants to go for Hajj, they must first register with Tabung Haji with a minimum savings of about 1,300 ringgit at the moment, and that number has actually never changed for the past 20-25 years. Okay, so why 1,300? If they have 1,300 ringgit, they can also register to go for Hajj. Okay, just a bit of a background. Why 1,300 ringgit? Because that was the cost of a bed. The cost satu katil di Makkah. And it was a cost of a one bed, hotel bed in Makkah, and that was what 20-25 years ago, But nowadays, the cost has more than triple or 4, 5 times, 6 times, you know, and it's time to review that. Okay, so first come, first serve lah. So yang dahulu didahulukan, kalau boleh faham ya, yang dahulu didahulukan. Jadi untuk contohnya, untuk tahun 2025 yang tahun depan ni, those who actually registered, those who will be selected are those who registered in 2010, according to our calculation. So actually the waiting period in 2010 was about 14 years or 15 years. Mereka yang mendaftar untuk pergi haji dengan tabung haji pada tahun 2010 they needed to wait for 15 years only. Right? At that time. But in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, up to 2017, 2018, what we saw a lot of interest in our people to go for Hajj, and they register. Maybe out of fear, they say, "Oh, now if I were to register now, I have to wait for 16 years, 20 years." And then there's a big jump in the number of Malaysians who want to go for Hajj. And because of that, there's also a big jump in terms of the fund under management, because people are putting money, right? So now, yes, kalau if today someone wants to register for Hajj, he will have to wait for 150 years. 2 kali mati pun tak boleh pergi lagi. Twice you died, you still cannot go. So that number is not really realistic. So the source of the issue is, I think, is about the threshold. The threshold. So if we were to review the threshold, maybe the number is more, the number of years waiting is more reasonable. Okay. Now, every year, out of 31,600 people being offered for Hajj, about 30% or 40% decline. Because they only have 1,003, but the cost, contohlah, they only have 4 million rupiah, but the cost is 93 million rupiah. So they do not have the money to top up for the full amount. Right? So there's about 30% to 40% drop. Okay. So what happened? We allow people to appeal. People who are supposed to go maybe 10 years later or 20 years later to appeal, to fill up the 30% remaining numbers of quota that has not been taken up by the people who are supposed to go for this year. Okay? Right. Inshallah, going forward, what we are thinking. So when they appeal, they have to go through a committee, a selection committee. We will actually do a manual checking to see whether they qualify or not. Right? But going forward, inshallah, we will use a more structured way. In a sense that, for example, if you have, okay, this is in line with our aspiration that actually Haji is for those who can afford. Istita'ah, right? So we will give more weight to depositors or bakal haji that have more savings with tabung haji. We will give weights to bakal jamaah haji who are perhaps in the range of 50 years old to 60 years old, right? Because their life expectancy is shorter, right? So they ought to have the opportunity to go for Hajj. And also there are maybe a few other factors that we may want to consider going forward. And that selection process is no longer through a committee, that will be done by system. Because we have a database, we know how much money or how much savings that they have put with tabung haji. We know their age, we know their iltizam or their efforts to go for Hajj. So that one will be calculated by a system, inshallah, transparent, and the names their names will appear, generated by the system. Okay, the third question is with regard to what are the factors that has contributed for Tabung Haji to win the Labaitum Award for 3 consecutive years. Bear in mind, the Labaitum Award, there are a few categories, right? And the one that that Tabung Haji has won is on the category of Hajj guidance and also Hajj affairs, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Hajj guidance and the best Hajj affairs office. Hajj affairs office meaning that the best the management of the Hajj. Okay. So for Hajj guidance, exactly as what I actually presented just now, right? So we have the 13 courses for the first round of Hajj course, and then followed by intensive course, and just before they fly to Makkah or Medina, there is another prime course, they call it Pradana. And so to equip them with the knowledge and preparation. And actually His Excellency Minister of Hajj, Dr. Taufik, actually visited Malaysia and visited these courses. And he was impressed with the preparation that we put forward. So that is one of the factors, meaning that more educated pilgrims, more organized pilgrims. Okay. The other one is because the question asked about the factors. Inshallah, another one is 31,600 Jemaah Haji is actually much more manageable than 240,000 Jemaah Haji. Okay, right. So that is another factor that we think, that a manageable size of the pilgrims. The third one is, of course, the budget that we put forward. We send a lot of petugas or other resources for the Hajj season. And the last one, I hope what we have done is that we actually put a key performance indicator for the executives to actually get this Labaitum Award and do whatever you need to do in order to get this Labaitum Award, right? So that is perhaps the fourth factor that I can share with you. The next question is investment. Okay, I think the question is about, if I were to wait for 150 years to go for Hajj, why I would want to save with Tabung Haji? All right, I think the question is like that. Okay, so yes, that is true. We recognize that this is a problem. There is no point I go from village to village, I appear on TV asking people to actually save for Hajj when I cannot solve the 150 years, the waiting time. All right. So inshallah, I've already identified the problem, and we think that we can actually half the number of waiting years period, inshallah. Okay, the problem is that a lot of our depositors are minors, are children and kids as well. Because the trend is that once you got, the parents in Malaysia, once they got their babies, they immediately register or open an account and register for Hajj for their babies, right? But perhaps by putting some age limit, only when you are 18 and above or akal baligh and above, that you can actually register for Hajj and can go for Hajj. Perhaps, again, aligning with the istita'ah concept, you must have at least not 1,300 ringgit anymore. You probably need to pay for, I don't know, 10,000. I have a figure, but it's not yet being approved by my board of directors. So we will see. But when we increase that threshold, the number, the 150 years will significantly drop to probably around 50 years, right? Which is more manageable. The fourth question, sorry, I think time is up already. I'll be quick.
Don't worry. Press Del to reset, escape to exit.
Okay, how long this manage? Okay, I don't quite get the fourth question, but I think the last bit is that how do you evolve from a humble beginning to now become an trusted institution?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, Tabung Haji was constituted back in 1960s with the aims of with three mandates. One is to get people to save for Hajj, and when they save for Hajj, to invest their savings in a Sharia compliant investment, free of interest, free of gharar, riba, and maisir, and to provide that kind of return back to the depositors, and the returns are already paid, the zakat is already paid. So Tabung Haji paid the zakat perniagaan on behalf of the depositors. So from the depositors' viewpoint, they invest, peace of mind, Sharia compliant return, and zakat is already paid. They do not have to pay zakat out of their Tabung Haji savings. And the the third mandate when Tabung Haji was constituted is basically to run efficient Hajj office, operation of Hajj in Saudi Arabia and also in the current land. So the last question by our moderator, Pak Ahmad Zaki, is slightly about on investment of Tabung Haji and how it helps to reduce the cost over the long run. So let me just begin by saying that we are guided by our strategic asset allocation, and out of 100 billion of fund, for example, 55% is to be invested in sukuk. Okay? 25% in pasaran saham ataupun stock markets. 12% or 10% is in real estates,
Direct investment.
and 5 or 6% are in direct investment, okay, including investment in palm oil, in technology, things like that. So we are guided by that, and then from that structure, we can reasonably anticipate a target of what investment return that we can get. It is simple. If we take more risk, if we invest more in equities, we expect to provide greater returns to our depositors. Right? I'll give you an example. Before 2018, the asset allocation is a lot different. It's 50% in stock market and another 50% in sukuk and properties. Right? So the risk is higher. During that era, we gave 8%, 7%, 9% return to our depositors. But when the stock market crisis happened, the fund suffer. So therefore, after 2018, 2019, the strategic asset allocation has changed, which is more cautious and conservative rather than higher risk. Okay, so that is one aspect that we are guided by that. So inshallah, with the investment return, we provide not just the return to the depositors, we are also providing some kind of subsidy. I think for Jemaah Haji Indonesia also receive, I saw just now, about 40% of the cost is subsidized. So for Malaysia, Jemaah Haji Malaysia, we actually, for the Maha Kaya, no subsidy. They have to pay full. For the bottom 40%, the subsidy last year was around 60% of the cost.
So only 40% of the total pilgrims?
Sorry?
40% of the total pilgrims?
I'll get to that later.
Okay.
And for the middle 40, that they pay around, last year, I think it's about, the subsidy was about 40%. So for bottom 40, For those categorized as the bottom 40, the subsidy was 60% of the total cost. Middle 40, the subsidy was 40% of the total cost. And the Mahakaya, they pay full amount. Alright, in terms of the distribution of people at B40, M40, and also B40 means bottom 40, M middle 40%, and T top 20%. But that is the what I call it, the terminology used by the government of Malaysia. But in terms of our Jamaah Haji, we found out that about 25% is on the B40. Okay, about 40%, 45% is on the M40, okay, I beg your pardon, and the remaining is on the T20. Okay, so about 30% on the T20, 45% on the M40, and the remaining about 25% on the B40. Okay, so the reinvestment returns are used to actually subsidize the Hajj. But again, this may not align with the istita'ah concept. So going forward, we are reviewing this strategy. It could be that the amount of subsidy will actually reduce over the next few years. Okay. And one more thing about the investment. Apart from the strategic asset allocation just now, we are allowed to invest about 20% of our asset under management overseas, okay, not just in Malaysia. So we have exposure in Saudi and also in the United Kingdom and other parts of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Big applause for both of the speakers. Thank you, Pak Syed Hamada. Thank you, Pak Dudi. It's insights for us. Not only, I think we have the same issues about queue and then also about the subsidy, years of waiting, almost the same, guidance. And I hope this, I believe that this forum is not enough for covering all the aspects of Hajj fund, but hopefully by sharing the experiences from both Pak Syed Hamada from Lembaga Tabung Haji and Pak Dudi from Bank Indonesia, we hope that we could have a better innovation, better project for the upcoming Hajj operations. Thank you very much, and again, please give a big applause for all of the speakers. Thank you, man. Thank you very much also for the active participation for all the audiences. We have 5 questions for these sessions, and I myself apologize for any inconvenience during chairing this session. I will hand it to MC, and thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please give a big round of applause to our distinguished speakers and also moderator. Thank you very much for the insightful contributions during this session. And please stay on stage because we would like to give a memorial plaque as a token of appreciation. And we also would like to invite Dr. Rojikin as Supervisory Board of BPKH to deliver the memorial plaque. The first plaque will be given to our moderator, Mr. Ahmad Zaki, the Corporate Secretary of BPKH. And the following will be delivered to Mr. Syed Hamadah Syed Othman, CEO of Lembaga Tabung Haji Malaysia. And last but not least, to Mr. Dudi Darmawan, Head of the Payment System Policy Department at Bank Indonesia. We are going to take a picture for a while. Thank you very much. One more time, thank you for the insightful discussion. Thank you and please be seated. Terima kasih banyak. Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you found the discussion on enhancing Hajj and Umrah support products in the Saudi Arabia market to be both enlightened and beneficial. Your insight into unlocking export potential, exploring joint investment, and elevating payment system have certainly enriched our understanding and opportunities, and also the challenges that lie ahead. And today we already explored two key topics. In the session one is about optimizing Hajj funds, management strategies and risk mitigation. And the second one is strategic penetration, enhancing Hajj and Umrah support products in the Saudi Arabia market. And the discussion have illuminated the path forward, showcasing the potential and also the collaboration, the innovation and growth within the Hajj ecosystem. And I trust you will leave here equipped with new knowledge and perspective to implement in your endeavors. And as we conclude both panel discussion, I would like to invite Dr. Dawood Arif Khan, a member of the Supervisory Board of BPKH, to deliver his closing remarks.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah alladzi faqqahana wa li suluki syar'ihi nabbahana. Allamana subhanahu bil qalam fadlan wa mannan minhu ma lam na'lam. Wa khassana bi afdhalil adyan al-Islam wa sunnatil ghurra'i wal Qur'an. Thumma salatuhu ma taslim ala nabiyyir raufir rahim Sayyidina wa maulana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabil kiram, amma ba'd. The distinguished guests, distinguished colleagues and respected participants, I'm sorry I didn't mention one by one. It is my great honor to deliver the closing remarks for this important event, the 6th International Hajj Conference, held as part of the Indonesia Sharia Economic Festival. Today, we have taken significant step forward in addressing the challenges and opportunities inherent in transforming the management of Hajj Fund through financial optimization and market expansion. On behalf of BPKH and in collaboration with Indonesian Bank, Bank Indonesia, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you for contributing your expertise, insights, and ideas during this conference. Our discussions today have revolved around two central themes. First, the optimization of Hajj Fund through effective management strategies, and the second, expansion of supporting products in Saudi Arabian market. In the first session, we explored in depth the importance of financial stability in ensuring the success of Hajj operation. We delved into best practices from our esteemed partners, analyzing how we can diversify our investment portfolios, adopt Sharia-compliant investment, and employ comprehensive risk mitigation strategies. Financial prudence and professional fund management are vital to ensuring that the resources entrusted to us are managed well effectively and efficiently, reported transparently, and take into account the sustainability of the fund. In this way, the resulting benefits will truly benefit Indonesian pilgrims and supporting the wider Indonesian financial ecosystem. The second session highlighted the opportunities for expanding Indonesian Hajj and Umrah support products in the Saudi market. As our speaker have conveyed, there are substantial and huge opportunities for growth from improving the accommodation and healthcare services for our pilgrims to contributing to the halal industry ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, the main takeaway from our conclusion is the critical need for collaboration. Effective Hajj management cannot be achieved individually or in isolation. It requires a collective effort involving government authorities, financial institutions, Indonesian Bank, Bank Indonesia, private central enterprises, and international stakeholders. Even in the opening of the assistant governor of Indonesian Bank earlier, we also got good news and offers from Bank Indonesia, as also emphasized by the speaker from Bank Indonesia, Mr. Dudi, where they are developing a digital financial system that is expected to provide more convenience for Hajj pilgrims. We welcome it very much. So in Saudi, there is Saudi Vision 2030. Bank Indonesia has payment system blueprint 2030. As we conclude this conference, I invite each of you to carry forward the insight and initiative discussed in this conference. Let us use them not only to improve our Hajj management practices, but also to support Indonesia's position as a leader in the global Islamic finance landscape. Our collective mission is to make the Hajj experience safe, comfortable, and spiritually enriching for all pilgrims, while also ensuring that we build a sustainable, innovative, and resilient Hajj ecosystem for the future. Like we learned from Mr. Hamada about the history of pelatihan haji, course, Hajj course, and how to innovate in the future. Thank you. And thank you once again for your invaluable contribution, all of you. And I wish you all continued success in your respective endeavors. Let us keep this momentum going as we strive for excellence in our service to the community and the Ummah. May peace and blessing be upon you all. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Dr. Dawood Arif Khan. Thank you for the closing remarks. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the conclusion, we would like to say thank you very much for your participation, and thank you for coming to the event of the 6th International Hajj Fund Forum 2024. Please give a warm applause to all of us. And I encourage all of you to bring this important conversation beyond today, because together we can work towards optimizing our approaches and also strategies in serving the needs of Hajj and Umrah pilgrims. Thank you very much. Alhamdulillah. we will close this session. Thank you one more time to you once again, and I wish you all to have a wonderful day ahead, safe travels, and of course, we will look forward to see you in the next event. I'm Diana Dwika Jayanti. Thank you for your coming and your attention and your participation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.